Who's that on TV? Oh shit, looks like John Wick. Bill and Ted, just Ted. Neo from the Matrix. Who's that? Keanu Reeves.
Hello and welcome to Good Boys Gone Bland, Season 5, Episode 7, Speed. I've just received word that a madman has rigged this podcast to explode if it drops below 50% funny content. I'm your hostage negotiator, Dinesh.
Dude, I'm Ryan, but that is so close to the joke I've been working on all week.
Oh, man, we all did. And that's why I say it first.
That's so close.
Yeah.
Get me off this podcast! I don't want to die! These guys aren't funny at all! It's way less than 50% funny content. I was edited down.
I was literally saying it in my brain. I was saying my joke. My joke was going to be, I'm Ryan and I'll explode if I say fewer than 50 words per hour.
Okay, so Ryan cut
That's
back in
funny.
when I tried to do my introduction and ruined it. So, do you want to
We're off to
continue
a great
explain
start.
your joke, Ryan? Or do you want to...
Well, okay, guys. We have a guest specialist today to help us.
A passenger, if you will.
A passenger who is helping us in this situation, this impromptu situation. It's a specialist named Joe, but I guess you can Joe. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself. We don't have a lot of guests.
Yeah. I'm like the Jeff Daniels from Speed of this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a specialist,
Sorry, bud.
and I'm probably.
I don't know how to break this to
vital.
you.
Yeah. Did you finish the movie?
I watched half. Of Jeff Daniels is like, he's the best.
He's
I
the
hope
best.
he lives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too. Yeah.
It was pretty obtuse about...
He could have survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's how they set up the sequel. Is that he's the next guy?
Yeah, he's the next guy. Well, sweet. Joe, thanks. You're our second guest we've had on our podcast. You know, we've had Michael before on our dog season. We didn't have one for horror movie season, but we're trying to get more guests on. Thanks for coming on, Joe. You're a man who wears many hats.
Yeah, I'm not wearing one right now. So
Yeah,
I
it was a
feel-
form.
Yeah,
it was a
for
figure
our
of
audio
speech.
listeners, there's
Yeah,
no
for-
hat involved.
He has no hats at all. But it was a figure of speech. It's a joke that someone usually makes.
yeah, I do wear
Yeah.
a lot of hats.
Mhm.
But I moved to sunny California, so I wear less hats now because it's
Yeah,
too hot.
the hats there aren't as functional. They're like,
Well, actually,
Well-
I've started wearing more baseball caps. I don't really like
I'm a
sunblock.
baseball cap guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good to have you in SoCal, Joe. It's you've joined the migration from PNW to SoCal.
So-
migration that usually goes the other way.
The day before we moved from Tacoma to California, we were reading about moving, and there was a news article, like literally the day before we were moving. I was like debating whether or not we should sleep with our U-Haul parked in Tacoma, or like
Right.
drive it down to like a halfway point. And this article came out like literally the night before, and it was this California transplant moved to Tacoma, Washington, like the week before that, and at a hotel in downtown Tacoma, got their U-Haul jacked, and literally all of their belongings were just like trashed and burned like 2 miles away, including their. They said there was nothing of great value except for their Yu-Gi-Oh card collection.
Oh.
Well,
No.
thank God. You know.
Real recognize real. At least that article person, except for the Yu-Gi-Oh collection. That shit is tight. Well, I mean, they already stole that guy's U-Haul. Like yours is probably fine. They already got their fill.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Joe, I know this is your first time on our podcast. So I got some icebreaker questions to kind of ease ourselves into this thing. I don't want any pressure on you because I know there's a high pressure before. I'm like, our podcast is extremely high quality. We're probably the funniest podcast, I think, on Apple Podcasts. So like, I don't want you to feel like this need to perform, So I got a couple questions, and just no pressure. Just take a deep breath, like just answer whatever your first instinct is. So first question: who's your favorite host out of the three of us?
I thought you were all co-hosts.
Yeah, just who's your favorite? Just quickly, just quick answer.
Well, I think. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with.
I introduced the show.
I'm gonna have to go with
do-
Mike,
Yeah.
the guest host from that
Oh,
one episode.
damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, he was on Real TV.
Yeah. Michael is he was a guest celebrity. Yeah, he was a big get. I hope he comes on again. His schedule's really full with shoots.
I'm on Amazon Prime and Netflix.
Are you on Amazon now?
Yeah.
Go plug your show, Jace. What's your show?
I'm in a documentary about the Space Needle or the space elevator, carbon nanotubes. You can suck my balls.
The Space Needle.
This is the space elevator.
Did you have any lines in the movie, Jace?
No, I just they didn't use my interview.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I was this close.
You could see you though.
I was this close to being in a true crime documentary. And
were you about to murder somebody?
No, it was about the toppling of a mafia family, and they came and recorded at the law school, and they were like, wow. "Do you guys want to sit in the background for this shot and be talked to for an hour?" And we were like, "No."
Oh man, no. That would have been cool.
Yeah, and then my parents watched the movie, and they were like, "Did you see this? It's cool." And I was like, "Yeah."
I could have been in it. Too cool for the mafia documentary. Okay.
Next question,
Joe. That's next question.
Pleaded the fifth.
Please. He liked Mike. Not a big deal. Okay.
Oh, I love
not
that
the three
movie.
of us who
you guys should do a
put in a lot of work.
Season?
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we're working on it.
Like Mike.
I'm working on it.
Movie.
Yeah, and then go back
okay.
to Air Bud. Just rewatch it.
I'm working on it. Don't worry.
Be careful. Okay, Joe. So next question. No pressure. What's your favorite podcast?
Right now it's the GBGB podcast.
Just in general.
I like this one.
We're your favorite podcast.
I really do like this one.
We're his favorite podcast, guys.
I threw you a bone during the Ben Affleck season because you're my friend. But then I stuck around for the dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it's kind of like watching all three of you get tortured once a week, watching just terrible movies.
People seem to like us getting maximum misery from watching all these movies. Well, thanks for sticking around, Joe. I'm sorry we couldn't hold you with Matthew McConaughey, but that's how it goes sometimes. Not everyone
I've got a
likes
quick guest question. Why is Sahara, starring Matthew McConaughey, your favorite movie?
Mm-hmm.
Because Steve Zahn is in it. And
yes! Oh my god, I love that guy. Oh, dude, we're gonna do Steve Zahn season.
That was a softball question.
Wow.
Okay. Softball question. Okay, next.
And full disclosure, I've never seen Sahara. I've just seen the cover of the DVD, and I just like Steve Zahn. So I was like, I should watch
Steve Zahn's presence.
You're not missing out.
Hey. Whoa, Ryan.
You should watch Matrix Resurrections instead.
Does it have Steve Zahn?
No, but it's Ryan Sahara.
It's a world that could have him. Yeah. What's your favorite piece of media that starts with good, Joe?
Good Night, the song by the Beatles.
Okay.
I had to work on
them all.
That's great.
Can't win them all.
Yeah. What album is that from?
The White Album.
Oh, that's cool.
Got it right here.
Are you serious? Did you just pull that? Did you just pull that out?
Okay.
Is that the White Album from the Beatles?
For fans, there was a little bit of weirdness happening here because we were mentioning random acts of
in our warm up
pop culture right before we started recording. And he was just reaching behind his TV and just pulling out whatever we were referencing. Like, Hey Arnold. There was a Hey Arnold piece of memorabilia. And that was I don't think anybody's bought a piece of Hey Arnold stuff in 20 years.
No. So the story behind that is actually that they're socks. And I've actually found this great brand of socks. And they're $15 a pair, but I can find them for $5 every once in a while at Ross.
Oh, love Ross.
Shout out to the quality socks I've ever worn. They literally changed the game for my feet.
But
Ross,
the catch,
we're not gonna.
But the catch is that they're covered in Hey Arnold cartoons.
See, the thing is, I'm not even a big Hey Arnold fan. I just love the socks.
Yeah, but Ross, we're not gonna mention you anymore unless you pay us. So that was a freebie.
Guys, go down to your local Ross and see if you can find table salt because I bought a shit ton of it at a Ross once. Pink Himalayan table salt for a highly discounted price.
They didn't pay us. They didn't.
I have clothes from Ross that are, I think, over 10 years old, and I do too.
Actually, they have pretty good clothes and pretty cheap too. So
yeah, I got a couple pairs of Calvin Klein pants there, and they were
really from Ross.
It's great.
Yeah.
Ross is a great fucking store.
$20 for pants.
No offense to Burlington Coat Factory.
No shit. That's not even the same market, honestly. Not even the same universe.
Now, what if Ross didn't pay you, but Burlington Coat Factory did pay?
I wouldn't. I'd talk shit about
in a tough spot. We'd be in a tough spot.
We'd be a tough shot. Ross is my favorite friend from Friends.
By the way,
that's kind of not
same.
Take.
Not the White Album, just my note.
Oh, you got it.
You picked up a white square, and I was like, he got us 5 times before this. Okay,
that's a long con. That's a good one. That's a long con.
You got to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, budding prop comic Joe Olson coming on our audio medium. Watch the YouTube channel, all right? I guess for his
little puppet here.
Joe's
What's
character
the
work.
deal with Hey Arnold?
But we're most of the way through our Keanu Reeves podcast at time of recording. Joe, I think a couple episodes have come out so far. We usually record a couple weeks ahead, but this is episode 7 of our Keanu Reeves season. We've gone through a plethora of Keanu roles all throughout his career. Today we watched Speed, but something I've been doing throughout the season is testing the mettle of Jason Ryan, how much they know about our subject. You know, we're always pushing ourselves to know more about the things we watch, because you know we're exploring them from an artistic standpoint. But how much do we know the subject? You know what I'm saying?
Is this another quiz?
So pop quiz,
dude.
Pop quiz.
Hey,
gonna
hey,
be
Joe.
That's a good reference.
Joe, lean in here really quick. Joe, lean in. I gotta tell you something, okay? Ryan can't hear me because I'm whispering to you. We can cheat and we can beat him, okay? And
Can I
Denali,
be in here?
yeah,
Oh,
Can I be in here
I've
too?
been there.
Yeah,
I've
okay,
heard
yeah,
it.
yeah. Hey guys.
we're gonna just mop the floor with Ryan in the third quarter,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, fuck Ryan.
That sounds good.
Oh,
if
hey,
if
guys,
I get
what's
any
going
points,
on?
I'll
What's
give
going
them
on,
to
guys?
you.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
hey Ryan, we were just
Hey Ryan,
I-
what's up, dog?
we were trying to make sure that this was fair, and that
Yeah. Okay. 'cause
Denali didn't ask
guys.
any
Honestly,
questions that-
that's like the biggest concern of mine. Is like
Yeah.
so my thing is like that's kind of my role on the podcast. It's to like
Yeah.
know stuff about the movie and kind of give it a little bit of insight into that, right? So like
Totally.
I feel like this is totally up my alley, but
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, sometimes it feels like maybe you guys are, you know, you want showmanship or you want like an exciting show over maybe just kind of respecting what I have to bring to the table. So
I have no idea.
just now that those voices are, you know, those concerns
Sure.
are voiced.
Well, let me just say, as like as a third party, I don't really have any like vested interest in any
Right.
or either one of you winning. So I think you know
Sure,
I will be totally
I-
unbiased,
I agree.
regardless of the fact that I've known Jason Denali for 7 years and
Yes.
you for
Yeah.
7 minutes.
I warm up quickly. It's okay. So,
But I mean, I've wronged Joe plenty in those 7 years. So Ryan, you might have a cleaner slate if you just keep it all positive, percentage-wise.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we'll be set.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get to the quiz because I think we're about to drop below 50% funny here. So let's go ahead and do this. So this is gonna be for all three of you. And Joe, what I usually do is I'll have a new person start and give their answer first, just so we change the order so it's all fair
Just
and
rotate
and
who goes first.
whatnot, and rotate. Okay.
Are
This is
we
gonna be
still
multiple
doing
choice?
this? Are we still doing the double the double answer buzz in?
Do we want to do the double or nothing system, Jason Ryan?
You don't have to ask us each time, but if how about if
Yeah.
one of us says like, okay, I know the answer.
Yeah. So let's do this. Since I liked how this went the other episode. If one of you just wants to just try it, you can shout double or nothing, and then instead of hearing the multiple choice answers, you can just say what you think the answer is, and you get double the points. All right. So, for example, if I'm like, "What's Keanu's favorite dog breed?" You know it. You're like, "Oh, double or nothing."
Yeah. Or if you say,
Dachshunds,
or
you know.
or if he's like, who won the Kids Choice Award for Best Rock Band in 2006, and you're like, oh, I know, it's Fall Out Boy, and you
I'm
and you
still-
come from behind and win the whole game.
That was undeniable, Ryan. Ryan guessed that out of the blue. 2016 Choice Awards. I'm still not over that you randomly guessed Fall Out Boy. I had no choice but to give you that win.
It was
Like, it was undeniable.
it was legit. Like I'm 100% serious. Like just this spark of inspiration
You like Fall Out Boy, Joe?
I used to.
in
Yeah,
2006.
me too.
Did they fall out, boy, of your interest?
Oh, nice. That's funny. Yeah, that's good. No, that's good for a percentage.
My boy, look what they did to my boy, my Fallout Boy. They made him mainstream.
They fell out. They played at my daughter's wedding.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you play something not from under the cork tree.
Is this the meeting for guys who talk like this and like Fall Out Boy? I love that band. Anyways, question 1. What is?
Wait, one
Yes,
quick
yeah.
quick.
Oh, okay.
Am I phone a
Yeah.
friend here, or I'm just out?
You're all alone.
You get one phone a friend.
Oh,
Do I get
But
a
it
phone?
No, I
it ha-
mean like, am I in the game, or is this a Jason Ryan head?
You're
to
in
head
the
You're in the
that's
game.
still
You're in the
Oh,
game.
you're in the game.
Oh,
Joe.
okay, great.
You're in the game.
I'm going for it.
Yeah. Of course you're in the game. Okay.
Do I get a phone?
You're in it. You're no. You're
Can I
you're
phone
included in
Jace?
all the games. You can phone Jace. You can phone any of the four of us.
Okay.
All right. Question 1. What is Keanu's favorite breakfast?
Oh.
Anyone want to? Okay, I'm gonna go through. You have to interrupt me with double or nothing if you think you know. A, granola with milk and a cappuccino. B, a Pop-Tart and a cigarette.
No.
C, 2 over-easy eggs on sourdough toast. Or D, blueberry pancakes.
Who's first?
Let's do Ryan. Mr.
Yo,
Eager McBeaver
I
over
want
there.
the egg. I was gonna say it's probably just like fried eggs. So I'm gonna go with the 2 eggs on toast, sourdough toast.
Okay, and let's do Joe next.
He strikes me as a granola guy, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's granola. But you threw me off with the cigarettes. I don't know if he smokes or not. He doesn't seem like a smoker.
Okay, Jace.
I like blueberry pancakes, so I want him to like them. So I'm gonna go with D.
Alrighty. Correct answer is A, granola with milk and a cappuccino. That's 1 point, Joe. I'm gonna actually keep track because there's 3 of you now, and I can't keep track of 3 numbers at one time. Okay, and these and to source my material here. Okay, I have listened to multiple Keanu Reeves interviews and read multiple of his AMAs. If you guys find a conflicting answer, I will accept that. However, I've done my research here, and I've tried to make sure that I get the right answer here, okay? Just want to put that out there, okay?
Oh. So, like, if I got Keanu on the phone.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he
told you, he's like, hey, I smoke like a chimney, actually, and I love, fucking, what did I say, Pop-Tarts. Yeah, no, I'll accept that, yeah.
Oh,
He's like, my favorite cigarette is Marlboro. Whoa.
Marlboro.
If there's a better whoa pun cigarette
Yeah.
name out there, like, feel free.
Please, anyone.
That's the only cigarette brand name I know.
Oh, there's Joe. There's the Camel Joe. Is the
Camel Whoa.
Camel Whoa.
Camel Woes. That's
Yeah.
good. Don't smoke, guys.
Don't smoke.
Yeah, we actually probably
Unless it's from Ross.
we probably
Vape flavored vape cartridges from Ross.
You can definitely vape at Ross. They let you vape in there,
Mm-hmm.
so. No, they don't. Keanu's number 2. Keanu's favorite sandwich. Anyone just want to take a swing at this? Favorite sandwich.
I'm gonna go double or nothing on this one.
Double or nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I think his.
Anyone else want to double? Wait, hey,
okay.
Anyone else?
Hold
Anyone
on.
else?
So, I actually think I know the answer.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
I
We
saw
got
the
2 double or
interview.
nothings.
I'm not gonna double or nothing.
Okay. All right, Jace. I'm gonna let you hear the answers after these 2. So,
Yeah.
Joe, you said double or nothing first. This is honor system, guys. Keep your answer in your head. All right, Joe. What do you think it is?
I think it's an open sandwich, and I think it is eggs on sourdough toast.
Okay.
I think it's his
Ryan?
breakfast, you know?
The way that Ryan's looking at his screen, I can't tell if he's looking at Joe and then down to Denali, or if he's using some mind powers to control the internet and get to a Google search.
Whoa.
No,
Ryan.
Okay.
Our first accusation
He's
of the
typing
quiz,
with
guys.
his wiener right now.
I think
He can type with his-
I actually think I know the answer. This is
Okay.
it's like peanut butter and honey.
All right, Jace. I'm gonna read you the answers. Okay.
Okay.
So, A, a Cuban. B, a ham and cheese. C, peanut butter and honey. Or D, the KR special. Rye bread with imitation crab meat, dill pickles, tartar sauce, and sriracha.
Oh, I think I love imitation crab meat, so I'm gonna go with D again, because I think I want him to like the same sandwich that I do.
Ryan, you do get the double or nothing. It is peanut butter and honey, so you get 2 points for that. Jace, I'm gonna give you half a point. 'Cause I
Nice.
also like imitation crab meat.
Yeah.
So Ryan gets 2.
So to be fair, I saw that interview, the Colbert questionnaire. Yeah.
So,
Okay, I'll
Jace,
take off one
I'm
point then.
curious why you would hear peanut butter and honey from Ryan and still not choose it.
And he
I think
wins
these
half the quizzes.
are more about how much we love Keanu Reeves, and not whether or not I'm some nerd who's listened to an interview.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another point for that.
Boom! That's 1.5 for me, baby.
And Ryan's at 1, so you're actually in the lead now, Jace. Okay.
Wait, so I'm down to 0, right?
Wait, Ryan got a double or nothing, right? So he got.
Ryan got
Yeah,
a
but
double
he
or
took
nothing.
a point off because I said I listened to the interview.
Oh.
Yeah, I took a point off. Actually, Jace, I'm gonna take your point back. So, okay, we're at Ryan 1, Joe 1, Jace 0.5. Okay,
cool.
It's a close match. Question 3. What is Keanu's favorite superhero? I'm gonna let Joe answer this one first, but do you guys have a double or nothing?
No.
A, Iron Man. B, Spawn, C, the Human Torch, or D, Wolverine?
Man,
Joe, I'm going to let you answer this first.
I'm gonna take a page out of Jace's book and say that
Mhm.
I like Spawn, so
Yeah.
I think I want him to like Spawn too. You know, he actually just had a comic book come out called Berserker that he's like writing / in, so they're like drawing Keanu
Really?
to look like a comic book character, and I don't think it's released by Image Comics, but the fact that he's
Right.
kind of like in that world, Spawn is kind of like one of those like indie things. So I'm gonna go Spawn.
Alrighty. Jace, I'll have you answer next.
I was for. Is the Punisher technically a hero? You know, like I was
Well,
thinking
it's not
that
one
in
of the
my
multiple
head
choice.
because I
This
know.
is the multiple-
I
yeah.
was just thinking like
Yeah.
John Wick. I'm like, fucking,
Oh, yeah.
Keanu
Jace,
Reeves
you should
probably
pick
likes
Punisher
that.
anyways.
So I think I'm gonna have to go with also Spawn because they make me
Okay.
kind of like
Yeah. Spawn's cool. I love Spawn.
I was
Okay.
gonna. I'll just be different for the sake of being different. I'll go
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Alrighty. I guess in like a technical sense, Ryan is right. It is D. It's Wolverine, fellow Canadian superhero. So
Oh.
maybe you guys should have thought of that.
Could we
You know,
like
he's-
could we
he's-
go by majority vote for this?
He's not
question?
Tasmanian like Wolverines, like you know.
Is there Wolverines in Tasmania, or is there Tasmanian devils in Tasmania?
Who knows?
Similar.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's my. Okay, Ryan's in the lead technically. Ryan 2, Joe 1, Jace 0.5.
Wow.
All right, we got 10 questions. I'm gonna start rolling through these.
I was able to gain some ground.
Yeah, you gained some ground. Congratulations. Plenty of quiz left. Okay. 4. What is Keanu's favorite song? A. Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. B. Rockstar by Nickelback. C. Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. Or D. Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. No one sing these. We can't afford the legal
Is
fees.
Three Doors Down also Canadian?
I'm not gonna answer that. Jace, I'm gonna let you answer first.
Then I'm gonna go with the obvious choice, Nickelback.
Okay. Ryan, I'll have you answer next.
Joy Division, baby. Dun. Oh, sorry.
That was on the line, dude. You got one note, and I think that's technically not copyrightable, I believe. Joe,
Man, I wanted to say A. You know,
Mhm.
I
you
really
can
did.
you can say the same thing as Ryan.
Yeah.
It would just feel wrong. If I
You're
say,
allowed to
how about
cha-
this?
yeah.
If I say
Yeah.
A and I'm right,
Yeah.
give the point to Jace.
You want to give up your point to Jace?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
all
just
right,
like
I'll
I
take
feel
that
like
deal.
I feel like I'm stealing from Ryan. So if I'm stealing
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
Ryan, it's got to be fair.
Okay,
So I'm gonna give that to Jace
I'll-
if it's right.
I'll allow it. Okay. The correct answer is "Love Will Tear Us Apart" by Joy Division. Point for Ryan and Jace.
So he's
I
just
should've
like
kept that point.
wishy-washy. He loves Wolverine because he's Canadian, but Nickelback is just
Yeah.
like he throws him away.
He doesn't like Nickelback, and it was kind of weird. It was kind of a weird moment in the interview where he was like, "Fuck Nickelback," and I was like, "Whoa, dude!" Like he actually got a little mean about it. No, he's a great guy. Question 5. All right, favorite fruit. Anyone wanna jump
my
in here?
favorite fruit? I know my favorite fruit.
What's your favorite fruit, Ryan? Well, you said you knew it. I'm not. Listen, we're burning time here.
Probably like those little oranges.
Double or nothing.
Kumquats?
Kumquats are good.
Kumquats.
Like those little oranges? The kumquats?
No,
Yeah, there's
like the little oranges.
The mandarins or like the halos,
Tangerines?
tangerines. Okay,
Peaches.
Jace, you guessed peaches.
Oh, can I pick peaches?
You didn't say double or nothing.
Oh.
So okay, all right. I'm Jace, saving your answer. Double or
Yeah.
nothing. Okay.
If it's not on the list, are you gonna put it on the list anyway to make me feel better?
All right. I'm gonna list them off here. A, an underripe banana. B, a slightly chilled ripe peach. C, sliced cucumbers with salt. Or D, a chocolate covered orange.
Oh, that's fuck.
What kind of rich guy shit is this? Why do they have to be all so specific?
People can change temperatures of fruit. Ryan.
I gotta go with the oranges. I think it's the cucumbers, but I'm gonna go with the oranges because I said oranges.
All right. And Joe.
I prefer underripe bananas, so I'm leaning towards that.
You're a sick bastard.
It's that tanginess, you know.
Get
Live
out
on the edge.
Get out.
Jace is right. It was a peach. He did say peach.
Wow.
Jace 2 points.
Well, it was a chilled peach, though, right?
It was a chilled peach, but I'll give it to him. It's close enough. He couldn't just say chilled, overripe peach. Solid fruit pick, by the way. Jace modest in victory as he is in defeat
I did not say anything.
with the double birds. Number 6. What was Keanu's nickname when he played hockey? Okay, this is pre-Famo Keanu, all right? This is a deep cut.
Yeah.
A. Oh, does anyone want to?
No.
All right. A. The Flash. B. The Wall. C. Killer Keanu. Or D. The Reeves Machine.
I'm gonna go with The Wall.
The Wall. Great
Yeah.
album. Jace?
That's actually also the answer that I want to go with because I think he played defense.
Okay. Do you want to give up your point to anyone else if you get this one, or you want to keep it?
Oh, I will. I'll give it to Joe just in case, so that we can keep a steady lead.
I also want to say
Okay.
that
Yeah.
if I get it, if I get
Yeah.
Jace's points,
Right. Mhm.
I'm gonna take that and give him
Yeah.
mine and his back.
Okay. So you're gonna give Jace 2 points if you get this one. Okay. Ryan, what's your answer?
I hate this.
Yeah.
I can
Right.
go along for a certain amount of time, but then I just
Okay. Yeah.
I have to say
Yeah.
that I hate this. I just have to say the Flash.
The Flash. Okay.
I just have to.
Yeah. The correct answer is The Wall. He did play defense. But you know what? I'll make this more fair, Ryan. You know what? I'll make this more fair because no one wants to see a rigged game. Jason, Joe, I'll allow you to exchange the points you just earned to each other.
I can give.
Okay. Well, see,
Yeah,
here's
so-
the thing. In all defense, I have never watched a Colbert questionnaire, so I actually have no idea when I'm answering these things. So if I
How'd
did
you know
receive
it was a
Jace-
Colbert questionnaire?
because Ryan said it earlier, and I'm a good
Okay.
listener.
Are these questions all from the Colbert questionnaire?
No, they aren't. They are not.
Oh,
I
yeah,
from
you
AMA.
agglomerated them.
Okay.
Yes.
So both you guys get 1 point.
Cool.
All right. No one got any extra points.
That's fair.
Question 7. Okay, from now on, from here on, since we're in like the last bit of questions, these will all be worth 3 points. Question 7. Keanu worked many odd jobs before acting. Which one of these did he work as? A. Grocery store clerk at a Trader Joe's. B. Freelance mime for birthdays and parties. C. Manager at a pasta shop. Or D. Prep worker at an erotic bakery. Jace, I'm gonna let you answer first.
What was B? What was B?
Freelance mime for birthdays and
Freelance.
parties.
I want to go with that one.
Damn.
All right.
I want to get the mime.
Ryan?
I don't think they have Trader Joe's up there in the Northland, but I'm gonna pick Trader Joe's anyways.
All right. Joe?
I was going to go with Trader Joe's as well, on account of the namesake, obviously.
Aldi's
But
is
also,
a worldwide brand.
Trader Joe's.
Talking about Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's is an Aldi. Never mind.
Well, I just think it's Trader Joe's because it seems like the other one's a manager, and like based on his acting skills, I'm not sure he's a mime. And,
Well,
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
shots fired.
All right. Well, I'll have you guys know, first of all, he'd be a great mime, but second of all, he was a manager at a pasta shop in Toronto. C is the correct
Well,
answer.
how old was
Okay.
he when he was a manager?
yeah.
He was pretty young, I think. I think he started acting when he was like 19.
He's a great
That's
pasta
crazy.
maker.
He must have been great, or at least managing pasta makers. Question 8. Since we're getting close, I'm going to do 5 points for question 8.
Ooh.
These are harder. When first arriving in Hollywood, he was told his name was too exotic, quote unquote, by his agent. As a result, his early credits included which of the following names? I'm just going to say them, all right? Because I don't think anyone's going to. A. K.C. Reeves. B. Norman Creeves. C. Chuck Spadina. Or D. All of the above. Ryan, I guess. Right,
I'm
yeah.
all the above. I'm an all the abover.
All right.
Those Chuck
Joe?
Spadina or whatever is amazing.
I'm gonna go with Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Casey Reeves. Is
Yeah.
A your answer?
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then Joe or Jace.
I think it's just the Spinda one. I feel like we've talked about that before, or you just said it about something random and it's just pulling at my brain that you've used that as a meme
Yeah,
to fuck with me.
I've done that to people. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ryan is correct. D, all of the above. He has been credited as all these. Chuck Spadina is named after some streets in Hollywood that he thought it would be a good idea to name himself afterwards. Thank God he did not. Let's see here. That's gonna put Ryan over here. So
Have you seen that?
Ryan
have you
is-
seen that Keanu movie with
yeah,
with the little kitty?
With
Can you
the-
imagine if
The
that movie-
Matrix.
With
No,
the bus that's like out of control?
No, Keanu. It's like the
The
name
movie
of the movie is
Keanu
Keanu
with
the little
yeah,
kid.
the movies. Yeah, but he is in it though, right?
He's the cat's voice at the very end, I think.
That's all he was credited for. I thought he was like the guy who stole a cat or something.
I'm just saying, like, can you imagine how different that movie would be if it had been marketed as Chuck?
Chuck.
My cat, Chuck.
Oh, do you guys see that Chuck Spadina is the cat's voice?
Chuck Spadina is like the opposite. Like Keanu has this model like vibe, and Chuck Spadina is like the least sexy name, I think.
Chuck
It
Spadina
sounds
sounds like the manager at a pasta restaurant.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like one of the people in NASCAR who are always placed like last.
Yeah. Chuck Spadina rounding up the bunch. All right. Ryan's in the lead with 7 points in a massive comeback. See, Ryan, it's not a rigged game. You know, you came back
You
fair
never
and
know.
square.
You never know.
Joe is at 2 points. He's being very generous before. I think he's going to win audience favorite. And Jace, 4.5. Still a chance. I'm going to make this next one 5 points as well. Keanu's band Dogstar has opened for which of the following artists?
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna
hot
double
take,
or nothing.
Hot question. All of the above.
Is that your double or nothing?
That's my double or nothing.
I'm just going to say there's no all of the above in this.
Fuck.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let you answer still. Okay.
Can I double or nothing?
You may. Ryan?
Stardog.
Stardog. There's is there a band named Stardog?
I feel like there must be.
I'm a motherfucking star dog.
There's no you know what? I'm going to Google it cuz
Hey Joe, do you have any idea what it might be?
No, but I was kind of thinking about maybe like phoning a friend.
Oh, fuck yeah. Phone Denali.
I'm gonna.
Okay, Stardog is actually like a graphing app
Yeah.
for infrastructure. So but no, I'm going to let you still choose, Ryan, cuz I don't think Stardog's a real name. So, okay. A, Metallica. B, Sonic Youth. C, Nickelback. Or D, David Bowie. I believe Joe is the first answerer.
Yeah, I'd like to phone a friend on this one.
Oh, yeah, you get one phone a friend per quiz. So, yeah, go ahead. And who would you like to phone?
Yeah, before I phone it, I want to like place one more like bet thing. You know, I've been like getting to give and take my points and all that things.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see if it's possible. If after phoning a friend, I could also take my answer and give all those points to Jace because they really have no monetary value outside of this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And I
you want to be able to
hear more. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, I'm worried about a system where we're going to get into some kind of political battle where Ryan's going to start inviting his friends on the show, and then there's going to be a thing where we're all just kind of piling points on each other, and then there's going to be like 6 guests, and there's going to be hundreds of points. I want to, out of Joe, I would
play.
Let them play.
Let them play.
So one time. You'll let it happen one time?
Yeah. I cannot do that. Out of sanctity of the game, I have to decline just because of the slippery slope.
Refs, you suck.
Refs, you suck. Oh, refs, you suck.
All right. Okay.
Joe, but
okay.
you may
Then
phone,
I'm still
you
gonna
may
phone
phone a friend.
I'm still gonna phone a friend.
You may phone a friend.
Um,
Okay. All right. Who would you like to phone?
Denali.
Okay. You may phone Denali. Go ahead and give him a call.
Yeah. Hello, Denali.
Bring, 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 bring.
Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, let me just look for that stupid thing. Oh God. Okay. Hello?
Hey there, Denali. I'm on the GBGB.
Yeah, who is this?
It's me, Joe. Don't you have
Oh, hey,
caller
Joe.
ID?
Yeah. Nope. Don't even look.
Wow.
Just answer my phone.
Probably get a lot of spam.
What's going on? I don't know. I don't care. I just answer.
Yeah, look,
So-
I'm on a podcast. So I don't have a lot of time to chit chat.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm phoning a friend. You're my
Yeah.
friend.
Tell me.
Don't
Oh,
talk over me.
I'm so honored. Yeah.
Stop talking over me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just need you to answer this question.
Okay.
Who did Keanu Reeves open for?
Mhm.
Was it Sonic Youth?
Yeah. I have no idea.
But okay, there's 3 other answers that I could give you, and I don't remember them, so I'm gonna have to tell you that
Okay,
it's
yeah.
either
Yeah,
Sonic
tell me-
Youth
tell
or
me the-
David Bowie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Drawing a blank. Fuck. I just wish I. God. Dang it. I'm at the grocery store too. I can't look it up.
Or maybe it's on the
And
back
let
of
me
the cereal
ask-
box.
Yeah, let me
Like,
ask. Let
you
me
know,
ask
like
one
the
of these
cereal
guys.
box?
Hey, do you know who Dog Star? Oh, go fuck myself. Oh, go. Okay.
No, check this
yeah,
out.
he
Check
didn't
this
know.
out. There's Captain Crunch at most
Yeah.
grocery stores, and I happen to know that Captain Crunch on the back of the box has a Dog Star quiz. So I just need you to read the back of the box and see if
Okay.
on the back of the box of the Captain Crunch,
Yeah.
it
Is
says
if-
Dog Star open for, and
Dog
then
Star.
A, B, C, or
Okay.
D will be upside down on the on the
Oh, hey,
bottom.
Denali. Hey, I just got this bunch of Captain Crunch. It's my favorite cereal. Do you want to...
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that opens it up before I pay for it in the store. So the answer should be
Oh,
on
God.
the inside of the box. Do you want to... I overheard you. Do you want to look at the inside of the box?
Yeah, I'll. Yeah, I guess. Fuck. I feel like uncomfortable going to the store given like the current scenario, and I feel like nasty boys like you are exactly who I shouldn't be interacting with right now. But sure, I'll come over and look at your cereal box. Okay, Joe, I am seeing the inside of the box. It says Nickelback.
No way.
I'm telling you what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay. Was that even one of the A, B, C's, or D's?
It was. I'm listening to the podcast
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't know we live streamed.
All right. Yeah. So how you been, dude? Like
I don't have time.
what's
Hey, I need that
been
box
going on?
back so I can pay for
Been
the
a while.
cereal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's the
Yeah,
the box.
I
Here's
really
the box back.
gotta go.
Thanks for the box. Really, I just haven't been a while since we talked.
Yeah, no,
and,
no,
like,
it's
I'm
good.
just
It
I'll-
sounds
glad-
like
call
he
you
wants
here.
you to
I'll
hang
call
up
you
the
like,
phone.
I was actually I was actually like thinking the other day like
I
I saw this
don't
movie.
want to butt in, but it
Yeah.
feels like you're
sir,
making
sir.
him feel obliged to talk to you. You should hang up.
I
I
believe the term is obligated, not
Okay,
obliged.
I got it. Okay, apparently I gotta go, Joe, because some asshole in front of me in the lines is giving me some trouble. All right, just I'll call you back later.
Yeah, cool. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, Joe, you phoned a friend.
Yes, Denali.
What is the answer to this question?
I'm, against better judgment, I really don't know if they're printing this right in the Captain Crunch boxes, but I'm gonna have to say
You never know.
Nickelback.
All right, Nickelback. Jace, what's your
What
answer?
was B?
Sonic Youth. And Jace, you can phone a friend as well.
Is Ryan out of Phone a Friends?
No, Ryan hasn't used this either.
I'm out of legacy photo friends.
He said he didn't get one.
All right.
I need to say. Wait, is this question 9 or 10?
This is question 9.
Oh my
Ryan-
god, you guys just answer the fucking question.
I would like to go with B.
B, Sonic Youth. Ryan, I'll let you use a phone a friend, or you can take an audience poll.
I'm gonna pick Nickelback. I listened to the whole fucking thing.
The phone
Okay.
conversation or the actual concert?
The guy
Did you
who
listen
picked the phone a
Did you just
friend.
listen?
It's
He picked-
It's
I-
illegal
I-
to tap phone networks in the
You
United
can't
States of
listen
America.
to-
I'm reporting you to the FCC.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
You can't
violation
listen
that
to his
deserves like
thing.
some negative points. Cause that's like I feel
I'd-
violated.
Yeah, listen.
That
hey,
was a conversation
it's
that
my
was,
show,
like,
so like
personal.
I just, like this is my game show, and he just kind of like violated the sanctity. But is your answer Nickelback? as
Yes,
well?
my answer is freaking Nickelback.
Okay. You're all wrong. It's David Bowie. That's the correct answer.
Out of the
Last question.
Out of the two answers I remembered, one of them was David Bowie, and it just seemed the least likely. Was it
You opened for
Diamond
David
Dog
Bowie.
Star?
What's it? What?
It was Diamond Dog Star.
What are you talking about?
David Bowie, Diamond Dogs.
Diamond. Oh, that's a deep
Diamond
cut.
Dogs.
Yeah. He opened for David Bowie at 1995. I think Hollywood Palladium.
What?
Played Comfortably Numb.
Oh
cover of
yeah, wait. Bill and Ted was in the way before us, huh?
I think it was 95. Maybe it was 2005. I don't my dog star knowledge is rusty. Okay. Last question. Okay, last question, guys. We're done with the quiz after this, okay? I'll edit this so maybe it's not an hour long. So, this question, I'm going to fucking do 10 points, all right? This is going to be a big old
Follow-up
question.
Is that a double or nothing?
Do you
If his double or nothing is Fall Out Boy, I'm gonna do a double down and also go Fall Out Boy for this. Pre-question.
Before I ask the question, does anyone have any answers?
Triple.
It's Jeopardy.
How about this? Before you ask the question, we get triple points.
I would like to answer in the bathroom halfway through filming with Sandra Bullock.
Is this Clue? Are you
That's
playing Clue?
so close. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say the question. All right.
I think you need an
These-
item.
Oh, Keanu.
Lead
With
pipe.
himself?
All right. That's it's the lead pipe.
Keanu with himself.
These are collected quotes from various celebrities. Which of these was said by Keanu Reeves? I'm just going to say them. Actually, if anyone guesses the quote, I'll give them 80 quadrillion points. Biggest blowout in the history of the podcast. Anyone want to guess?
No.
I will. I'll do it.
Joe?
I think the quote is it's gonna be fairly straightforward. I think the quote is whoa.
That's a good guess. All right. Joe, is that your answer?
That's my final answer.
That's your final answer. Okay. All right. I'm gonna run through the answers. A. I was the fattest baby in Clark County, Arkansas. They put me in the newspaper. It was like a prize turnip. B. I was being stalked by a mime, silent but maybe deadly. Somehow this mime would appear on the set of blank movie and start doing strange things. I have no idea how it got past security. Finally, the producers took some action, and I haven't seen the mime since, but it was definitely unsettling. C. What would happen if you melted? You know, you never really hear this talked about much, but spontaneous combustion, it exists. People burn from within. Sometimes they'll be in a wooden chair and the chair won't burn, but there'll be nothing left of the person, except sometimes his teeth or the heart. No one speaks about this, but it's for real.
I've seen it.
D. You haven't lived until you've tasted my butt chicken. You get a can of beer and leave half of the liquid inside it, throw a bunch of spices into the can, then stick that into the chicken and stand it up in the grill. The beer will start to boil and the spices begin to lubricate the chicken. Do it right, and nothing on this earth tastes better. I cooked it up for Al Pacino. He dug it, man. All the proof I need. All right. That was very hard for me to say all those without laughing. Jace, right? Jace?
I want to mime. The mime.
The mime? Okay. Ryan?
I want C. I want the third one.
The third one. The correct answer is C. This one goes to Ryan. An undeniable. I have no choice. Audience, I have no choice. I have no choice but to give Ryan.
I tried. I tried, Chase. I tried so goddamn hard.
Yeah, the third quarter didn't work
Guys,
out for us.
I honestly fucking tried as hard as I could to make sure.
No, you fucking didn't. You fucking fucked us like 3 fucking times.
Yeah, I fucked it up.
You asked really hard questions, dude.
You said we couldn't cheat.
I know. He did it. He snatched it.
What was the third one anyway?
The third one was the spontaneous combustion.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hey, guys.
Ryan would believe in spontaneous combustion.
Oh, hey,
What is
Ryan.
Definitely
Yeah.
What?
I mean, who even watches Stephen Colbert?
And for your guys' reference, A was the fattest baby turnip one. That was Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh.
Nicolas Cage was the mime one.
Huh.
And then
Great actor.
the butt chicken one was Matthew McConaughey.
I think
It was hard for me to read that without his accent.
I think we've talked about butt chicken before.
I've never had butt chicken. But congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you.
You've won
I
the
think
double
that's
crown.
That's my first
Hey,
time.
can we just skip to the next segment?
Yeah, let's get to the next. Let's not dwell too much on it.
I want this to remain as unceremonious as possible.
Give him the check. Let's get out of here.
Roll credits.
Let Ryan. Do you have anything to say, for your victory? Do you have a victory speech or anyone you want to thank?
No.
Jace, you can't fart during his victory speech. All right, we gotta have some.
No,
some
I
decency.
have to stay humble. You guys will actually put an organized effort together next time.
Yeah, some humble pie with a side of butt chicken.
All right, Jace, you did get second place, and Joe, you still made podium, third place. Congratulations to all of you. You guys all medaled. Now that it's been a while, we should probably get into the movie we watched. I'm so sorry.
How does this happen every single week?
What if the overwhelming response from the Keanu Reeves season is, why the fuck did you do so many quizzes? It's so bad.
More quizzes.
I feel like out of all the movies you were supposed to do a pop quiz on,
Yeah.
it was this one.
It was this one. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I didn't do a lot of things about the movie, but let's get into the movie at the very least. We all watched it, right? We all watched Speed, 1994.
I did some other things.
Let's just do the synopsis. I guess I have the synopsis.
Give it to
this week. I'll
Joe.
Joe, you want to do the synopsis? I had a typed up synopsis, but it's all right.
You typed
Oh
them?
wow.
Yeah, I always
well,
type them.
I think you could take the synopsis and delete it and let me do it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, are you gonna go?
When you
You
say
wanna
it's
go?
typed, are you
this-
copying it
yeah.
from IMDb?
No, I type it myself. I always type it myself.
Did you type
Oh,
it yourself,
damn.
reading it from Wikipedia?
No, I type it myself.
Because
I'm gonna read-
I was
I'm-
wing mine like on because I never know whose turn it is.
It's all right. I mean, I've winged many of mine, but like just the past season, you know, I wanted to
It's
kind of
fine.
do my synopsis.
No, Denali,
you know?
no, seriously, Denali, you should do it.
All right, I'll do it. If everyone thinks I should do it, I don't want anyone to think I shouldn't do it.
No, just do it.
All right.
This-
Okay, I'm
this
gonna do
doesn't
it
have
now.
to be,
all right.
and this discussion
Yeah,
doesn't have to
that's-
be in the episode either.
All right. Synopsis: Speed, released in 1994, is an action thriller directed by then new director Jan de Bont. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Starring Keanu Reeves as a young hotshot LAPD officer, Jack Traven, who is locked in a game of wits with a bomber, Howard Payne, played by Dennis Hopper. After being thwarted by Jack Traven on his first money-making scheme, Payne calls Traven and tells him he's placed a bomb on a random LA City bus. Once the bus reaches a speed of 50 miles per hour, the bomb will be armed and will detonate the moment the bus drops below 50 miles an hour. He is not allowed to let anyone off the bus, and to make matters worse, the driver has been shot. Now it is up to our friend Keanu and the new replacement bus driver, played by Sandra Bullock. We got back-to-back Keanu and Sandra, folks, to thwart Payne's plans and get the bus patrons to safety. And that's what we
good.
got.
That's amazing.
I think the only thing that
Thank
could
you.
make that synopsis better is if you mention the fact that he calls Jack Traven on a payphone and expects him to answer.
Yeah. That was incredible. That was an incredible scene.
Yeah.
I wasn't conscious that much during 94. Like, I was just barely born. Does that people answer payphones like that?
I think that
Like in
the
movies.
suspicion, right, was like it was
Yeah.
weird that the payphone was ringing
Right.
at the same exact moment that the bus blew up. So he's got detective
Oh,
mind
got
on,
it.
and
Can
he
you
puts
call
two
a
together.
payphone?
I feel
Yeah,
I think
call
he can.
payphones.
You
and I
call
feel like
payphones.
that like some executive was watching that and was like, well, screw the bus. We could do the whole movie in a phone booth.
I thought the same
Oh,
exact
that'd be
thing, right?
crazy.
And I was like, Dennis Hopper, honestly, is not bringing it. He's phoning it in. And
Whoa.
you
What?
know who would have
Payphoning
been
it
way
in.
better? Kiefer Sutherland, because he killed it in phone booth.
All right. Let's save it for the Colin Farrell season.
I pitched that. Let's make that clear. I pitched Colin Farrell season and it got 0 votes.
You know, he hung up that payphone like when Payne was telling him the deal, like before he was finished.
Yeah.
He throws the phone and he's like, "All right, you got to make sure the bus doesn't go," and he like just starts running. I'm like, you didn't hear the whole sentence.
No, dude, I loved it. Dude, that's exactly. That's why this movie fucking rocks. Like I have not seen this movie before. I've seen part of it, but like, oh man, I love this movie. Half of my notes are about the elevator intro scene because
yeah.
I
Do you
forgot
think it'll
to
hold?
take-
Yeah.
I don't know
literally
anything about
wrote-
cables or elevators. I don't know why I said that. Because I forgot to take notes during the movie because I'm just enthralled about this whole bus adventure.
I
Like-
literally wrote about the elevator opening credits too long, speeded
Yeah.
up.
I wrote how big is this elevator? That was my
Yeah,
first note.
My suspicion was that it was going to be 50 floors because 50 is like an important number in the
50.
movie, and it was like a kind of like a setup that way. But then I think the highest number we
46.
see is 46.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's kind of a big flaw in the movie too. This was also my first time watching it. I think for all of us, right? Are we fresh?
I've seen Speed before, long time ago.
You've
as a
seen
kid.
Okay.
I've seen like
Okay.
the iconic scene or
Yeah.
two of it.
Yeah, I think so.
The bus jump scene. Yeah. This movie was a surprise hit. This thing blew
You
the
could
box
say it
office.
took off.
The only scene
Yeah,
I've
it took
seen
off.
is the can scene. It's
The can
It's
scene.
just
That's a
That
can.
was hilarious.
It's not cans, it's cans. I don't
And
know
it's the-
what Keanu's accent is in this movie, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it shifts also. Like, there's a couple times where he does really good. I think that whole elevator scene was fine, but by the time he gets on the bus, like, you're doing a really great job. You know, there's a hard left up ahead. Everybody get on this side of the bus.
It's
And, like-
just cans.
It's just can.
just cans. Yeah.
That was good. Good takes. It was. I mean, yeah. They thought they hit a baby. For people who haven't seen Speed, it was the carriage was hilariously thrown into the air once the bus. hit the
Why
baby.
are the cans?
Yeah.
Why are they in the carriage?
So that was the thing
It's
about that
because
scene is she's collecting cans because she like
Yeah.
I think she's gonna recycle them or
Yeah,
whatever, and she's
for
just
money.
pushing them in a stroller because it's what she has. And it seems kind of like a typical like homeless thing, but she was literally
Yeah.
talking to someone on the street like they were like best buddies that just got together for
Yeah.
lunch. It was like really jarring.
I mean, people who collect cans also eat lunch.
It was like a scene
You know,
on
that's-
Spaceballs or like Naked Gun or something where there's like it's just cans.
I mean, Keanu's role in this was interesting, right? Like, we haven't seen him take on, like, you know, like police hard ass.
Sexy as fuck. When we get
Yeah,
the
dude,
opening
this guy was
scene of
fucking
him,
jacked.
buzz cut, chewing gum, absolutely chiseled jawline,
Yeah,
looking
dude.
shredded. I was like, oh my god.
Dude, that's the one thing I noticed too is like I understand why they casted him in some other stuff after this, right? Because he killed it. And when they were like with Dracula, they said we need a heartthrob, and they like Keanu Reeves. I totally know what they mean now, but like you know,
His
less biceps
Yeah,
in that movie.
it was a great role. Like, I wish he would do roles like that more, where he wasn't kind of just like the kind of the same dude, bro. He was a little bit aggro. He was
Yeah.
kind of like, there was moments of rage, but it wasn't like just blind testosterone-y, like, you know, craziness.
Well, speaking of the
Um,
biceps, like I did like how he was wearing this like blue flannel jacket. It was like blue and brown, and it was like
Oh, it's
really
a great
cool.
look,
I was like,
yeah.
I wish I could find that jacket. And
That
then
is a
he
great
takes
look.
it off, and then they find a way to work it into the plot that he gets a costume change to show off his biceps. And then like
Yeah.
later he's like wearing his vest with a white t-shirt, and his biceps are front and center.
His biceps are great, guys. And he also there was a big deal, a big kerfluffle about his hair in this movie. He's kind of known for his gray hairstyles. He got a buzz cut to kind of, you know, do the look in the movie, and I guess producers were horrified, and they threatened to postpone the entire film so he can grow his hair back because they thought it wasn't a good look.
So
It was fine for the
I
role,
read
but
that
I agree.
they wanted him to have the long hair, and Keanu himself convinced them to let him cut it because
Oh.
in his research he was like, all these LAPD, all these special ops dudes have short hair and they're sexy. And then in fact, this movie would have apparently been a lot more like Lethal Weapon if he didn't get them to change his character to be more
Right.
You would've had a
like a
mullet.
good guy,
Right.
not a piece of shit.
Well, he was like
Right.
super straightforward in the movie too. Like the whole like shoot the hostage
Yeah.
thing
Shoot the
in the beginning.
Take him out of the
Right.
equation.
And
So,
that
like, I
and
don't
that's
think
what I
that
mean
hair
with
works.
with the phone. Like when he slams the phone down, he's just go. You know, he there's a couple of times when he's ahead of us. Like he is doing something when he rips the car door off by slamming it into the bus. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand why he did it, but I guess it works.
It's unhindered. He's unhindered when he jumps.
Yeah, I know, but like
And he asked the guy if he had insurance. So
but it was cool, and he's just a man of action. Like he's just like, this is gonna help. I'm gonna do it. You know, and that's
Like
what I
stabbing
love.
a gas tank. Great idea. But he had to do it.
It worked.
and he owned up to it. He's like, I stabbed the gas
So,
can.
so speaking
I
of the
stabbed
gas
the
tank, like
Guys,
this movie,
we are fucked.
Yeah.
this movie is like the greatest example for anyone that's like trying to like write movies at like raising stakes and continuing to like it's better to have setups paid off right away than it is to like set something up and then let it linger while you're setting up other things. This movie
Right.
is just like set up, payoff, set up, payoff, set up, payoff, but each of those raises the stakes. But I think like the rest of the
totally.
movie like it's kind of it's weird for me because it's like really really on a technical level doing that, but I had like a little bit of a hard time following any kind of like character depth or emotion. Like it's definitely a straightforward action movie, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's blistering. Like the pace. It's a 2-hour action movie, and it's hard to not be bored during a 2-hour action movie. And I think this accomplished that, where it's just like you said, the setups. It just one after another. Like, oh shit, are they gonna make the turn? Like, oh fuck, the
Yeah, I know.
train now is broken. Like, oh shit, like, and there's so much oh shits in this movie that I was on the edge of my seat. Didn't have to pay for the whole thing.
Well, and like a lot of times them solving the problem is what creates the next problem.
Yeah, totally. Like inefficiencies in this, like, it's not the best idea in the world. There's drawbacks to it, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it, and we need to solve this problem right now. Like, and that's kind of the idea in hostage negotiating, anyways, right? Like where he was like, just get one person off. Let me get one person off, and then we'll solve the next problem. And I really like that, where he was thinking about like, hey, even if I can save one guy's life, it's worth doing whatever.
I like that in the movie where we see they need to get the bus driver off, and the attention is fully turned towards, we need to get these news choppers off of us because he's watching the news, he's up to date, he sees this happening. And then you get the future payoff that he actually has a camera in the van too. So like you're set to believe that as the audience, like, oh wow, this guy's super smart. He's followed him this way, but he was thwarted. Maybe they'll get a second chance. And then later on, it was like, oh no, bad guy still one step ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to like go back to the beginning a little bit and just talk about the elevator scene. When the first thing goes wrong in the elevator, and then these two buddies are like yucking. This guy goes, "What'd you do this time, Bob?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Leave Bob the fuck alone,
fuck that guy.
Jesus Christ!" It's like, how many
What button
wrong
did you
things
press,
has Bob
Bob?
done in the office that he's gets blamed for when the elevator breaks?
They were also ragging on Bob before they got in too.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, Bob looks like the elevator's stuck." Like they were like, "Who is this Bob guy, and why did they have this characterization?" Bob didn't make it out.
The elevator, the elevator, whole, I call it episode, but like the whole elevator's debacle, was interesting in and of itself. It wasn't just this crisis where Keanu shows up and like effortlessly solves to show us how much of a badass he is. Like, there's a whole problem-solving aspect, and we get a little bit of character dynamics between him and his crewmates, and it was like a mini movie. And I can't quite divide this movie into clean thirds, like clean acts.
We'll
Right.
divide into vehicles.
Well,
Elevator.
Yeah, so
bus, train,
but
plane.
that's kind of the funny thing. But the whole elevator scene has a beginning, middle, end as well. And I mean, I really like this movie. It reminds me a lot of the Mission Impossible movies, where they kind of orchestrate the whole movie around stunts that Tom Cruise does.
Yeah.
And so the intro might be this huge stunt that they have to like plan, but it's like half their budget for the intro stunt. And then like 2/3 of the way through the movie, there's another stunt, and so they have to build up towards it. And that's what this movie is doing.
Well, and
totally.
I think the fun part
Yeah.
about the elevator scene too is that like a lot of times like movies like this will use a scene like that to set up the characters as kind of like, oh, this is their job, this is what they do. But other than that, it doesn't really matter in terms of the rest of the context of the film.
Totally.
But this like totally sets up the villain as well. So it's like all of the baggage that you carry from that scene actually moves forward with you for the rest of it. So it's not just like, okay, I saw that, I get them, and now I can just throw it all away. Like it's actually like integral to
like
the plot.
Yeah, like a Bond villain almost, who like shows out at the beginning and does this big thing, and then Bond spends the rest of the movie tracking him down. Yeah.
I liked that too. It kind of built something up. And like what Ryan said about kind of establishing the character really quickly for Keanu. I mean, the gum chewing too, it kind of just shows he's a little bit of not a loose cannon, but he's instinctual. He kind of like goes off of his gut. He has this intuition. But he still kind of has a little bit of that Keanu-ness, I think just enough to make him kind of like a cool, relatable guy. Like that moment where he tries to de-escalate on the bus and he says, "We're just two cool dudes hanging out right now."
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a nice little Keanu moment. We did get a whoa out of him. It was a very brief whoa.
Yeah,
when he
in
was
the
dropping on
elevator.
a wire.
He says, "Cool."
Thank you,
whoa.
Ryan.
You guys, cool.
It was
whoa.
He was like, "Whoa," and that counts for but that's for later.
I watched it with the subtitles
cool role
on.
for Keanu.
I watched-
Of course, always.
And it does say "whoa" in the subtitles.
Yeah.
It does, confirmed. I also screenshotted the subtitles, just in case.
Yeah, I even wrote
It came
"whoa" when he's Mission Impossible-ing it.
Right. Okay, perfect. We're on the
I
same
missed
page.
the whoa, but I didn't miss, and I have a question for you. Do you think Jeff Daniels knew what the script was at the top of the elevator when Keanu looked at him and said, and I quote, "Will the mystery guest please sign in?" And then jumped into the elevator shaft.
And Jeff Daniels is like, "What
And he's
the
just like,
fuck?"
what?
It was a weird catchphrase. I was actually also being like, that's an interesting. You're gonna go with that one, not like upsy daisy, like or something elevator. He had the quips. I mean,
Did you guys
speaking of
notice,
quips, yeah.
Did you guys notice how much the him driving down the freeway in his 4-wheel drive like SUV in 1994 in LA looked like O.J. Simpson.
Yes, I actually put that in my notes. I wrote white Bronco ?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
Wasn't
whole.
that
That's
the-
like
the
that's
big
literally
thing?
that year.
It came out a week after the OJ thing, and they said like in the IMDb that people were coming out and they were like, "That was just like the OJ chase." Like, what the fuck? And the director was like, "Oh shit, yeah."
I did want to point out that there
yeah.
was like they're trying to solve some problems on the bus, and then Keanu just throws out this insult and calls a guy Gigantor.
I know, it's so funny.
And then like this other guy doubles down on it because Keanu's already kind of set the bar, and this other guy calls him Gigantor again. But that guy that called him Gigantor says, "Hey, if you have a wife and I don't, does that make me expendable?" And I'm like,
That was a
dude, that guy was
terrible
like the
line.
most. That was like the most incel moment. Like that guy's definitely like has not ever been laid.
That guy, was it the long-haired guy who had like all his lines overdubbed
Yes.
too?
Yeah.
That was so bad. Like that was pretty much Ortiz and Sandra Bullock character. Ortiz is Gigantor. I think they were the only good bus passengers who actually like contributed something.
driver.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
and then-
Donnie Darko
Right.
lady freaking screwed them all over.
I think
Yeah.
it was. I can't remember, but the guy that said that, I'm pretty sure that was Alan Ruck, right? Like that was the guy from Ferris Bueller's Day
Ferris Bueller.
Off.
I thought it was the long-haired.
I
Maybe
thought-
maybe you're
I
right.
didn't think did he.
There was
I
the
can't
guy that was
say
visiting
the line.
LA directly behind Ortiz.
Right.
And then it's the third character with the long hair who said the "Am I expendable?"
Yeah, okay, that's who I thought was. But Alan Ruck was also being equally as useless as well. Rest assured. That was kind of a funny role for him too. Like
Yeah,
I
it's a
thought
weird
his
role.
character was like when he's on the phone with what's his name's character, like with Keanu's partner's character, and kind of just communicating to
Oh,
Keanu. He's like,
darn.
"There's a bomb." He's like, "Oh yeah." I thought that was a pretty funny scene. Can we talk about Dennis Hopper and the villain in this movie?
Do
For a
not
bit.
fuck with daddy.
I have that in all caps in my notes. Like, "Don't fuck with daddy" is a choice for your opening line to explode up the elevator. His intro too, where you have like that shaft worker and he shows up.
Yes. So
just
that
stabs
caught
him
me
in the
by
skull?
that caught me by surprise. Like I literally screamed. I wasn't really watching. I screamed, "Oh fuck!" And I think I scared Julie a little bit. Like I was very very surprised. I did not. There's been head stabbing is something that gets me a little bit. There's like 2 or 3 movies I remember with like there's a clean knife in the skull stab.
No one likes it.
It gets under my skin a little bit. And man, I don't know. That really grossed me out. I'm glad this was an R-rated movie though. Like that set the tone from the get-go.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tone setter to swing. Like, there's a lot of places to, I don't want to get gross, but like it didn't have to be a face stab
Right.
like that. And I don't think it's easy to do that. Like, I'm trying to think of like stabbing a watermelon or a bowling ball.
Exactly.
Like, it's probably not that easy.
Exactly. And like so I'm thinking like End of Watch, like
Yeah. Green Room,
Scream,
there's a head
Scream
stab.
4. Oh,
Yeah.
Green Room. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
a nasty,
totally.
that's a terrible one.
Yeah, it's like it's something that really sticks with you, and for them
Sticks with them too.
to throw it in this movie like this, it was a very strange choice. Like throat slit, 100% on board with the throat
Easy.
slit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the head stab,
This guy's fucked up,
yeah,
and he's an interesting character too, who I think they imply a backstory, but purposely don't really get into it too much.
Do you think the head stab was like a setup for his own decapitation?
Yeah.
Can we talk about
head
this?
injuries?
This is
I'm taller.
I'm telling you.
dude, okay,
That's great
yeah.
I
fucking
didn't
line.
get that
So-
line when I first saw it. I was like,
dude.
no, you're
okay,
not.
So
You're literally laying down. You're shorter than him in this moment. And I had to rewind and rewatch the decapitation to understand that he meant now I'm taller. Because now
It was a
that guy
good
doesn't have
episode.
it.
Yeah.
dude, that was okay. So I did not think this movie was going to be a one-liner movie, right?
Oh no, I wrote
Where-
more quips than a Marvel movie in
Yeah.
my notes.
Nice. Yeah.
and then it comes out, and I didn't, because there's like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Obviously, that's his whole shtick. Stick around, Bennett, or whatever, or
The Ice Age.
let out some steam, Bennett, and like that's his whole ordeal. And I did not think Keanu Reeves was going to be a one-liner thrower
Yeah.
outer, but it was like I literally slapped my knee. It was it was a amazing joke. Like I think it's probably one of my favorite one-liners ever. Man.
Yeah, I'm taller, and what happened to him? And he's like, he lost his head. Like that was a good line too. He has a lot of good lines. Like he had a lot of, I think all of his catchphrases hit for me. That exit of his head coming off, like me and Amber both looked at each other, and like our jaws were dropped.
Yeah. We were like
I did not expect.
At some point we had during the train fight, like right when that was happening, me and Julie both leaned forward. And so we were literally on the edge of our seats watching that scene. So when he said, "Yeah, well, I'm taller," we were like,
well, and that's just another example again of like this movie functioning in terms of setups and payoffs. They instantly, as soon as he's on top of the train, Keanu starts ducking to avoid those red lights.
Right, and it's Chekhov's train sign or something. Like it's gonna come back.
Exactly.
There was Chekhov's hostage at the beginning too. Like I think a lot of Chekhovs in this movie.
So I did mention that I had like trouble following the character growth in this, and the arc, I guess, is what I wrote. Like I guess question mark is what I put in my notes.
Yeah.
But it's like he goes from a conversation in the elevator where he says, "I would shoot the hostage," to alleviate the situation, to then like literally hugging Sandra Bullock during their last moments, not knowing if they're gonna die. So his like character growth is like it's about them no matter what to the very end, which is kind of interesting when you consider that all the guy wanted was $3.7 million and they literally blew up an airplane.
How much? Where is the money? Is the LAPD going to pay for the entire sum of money lost from everybody throughout the entire course of this movie? Because it's something like 50 cars, the entire subway infrastructure, a full Boeing plane.
It's the principle, Jace. They would rather pay $300 million in property damage.
I don't think they saved every hostage either.
One lady.
They didn't.
Yeah, one lady died, so it was still like, dude, they can't even be like, well, it was worth it, because they even failed to save everyone.
John,
well, that was her own
Keanu,
fault.
it's just two of you left, and it's about about $15 million, and we ran the numbers. Yeah. You're just gonna let the train run into the wall.
Can we get off or
No.
I was thinking of speeding it up and so it gets off the track. And
that wouldn't make any sense anyway because the rest of the buttons didn't work. So don't speed it up.
I could probably slow it down, I think. If I could speed it up, shouldn't I be able to slow it down too? Like, because the lever goes both ways?
No, probably not.
Okay, that's a little bit of a flaw.
I'm not a train conductor. I'm your police chief.
Hey, Keanu, you know how you've been driving the bus on the tarmac and it's been totally fine and straight like most of the film?
Yeah, it was a great part of the movie.
Yeah. You should make sure that when you get off, it's headed straight for the side of a plane, even though you've successfully been driving it without hitting any planes for like an hour. I think that'd be a great
into a hangar. And the rope around the wheel actually looped it around and hit a plane. That's actually not on me. But okay, I did look. The official body count of this movie is 14. And they said one of those is actually, when they're taxiing a plane, there is actually an operator in the plane. So a guy did die on that plane, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
So when it exploded, there was a guy who's like, oh, what the fuck, a bus?
I did love, there was one line when they finally get a hold of him. And you don't realize it until the line happens that the chief, his name is Mac, and the main character's name is Jack, and he goes, "Yo, Jack, this is Mac."
Oh,
did they write the script around that?
Mac and Jack.
I didn't catch that at all.
I think it probably like should have had a sequel called Speed 2, Mac and Jack.
Mac and Jack.
Mac and Jack back in action.
Mac and Jack back in action.
Is this something that we are just painfully aware of because of the beer Mac and Jacks, or is this something else that I'm
instantly
missing?
What I thought of. I instantly thought of Mac and Jack's African Amber.
It just rhymes.
It rhymes.
Okay.
It's fun.
I just thought like Mac and Jack.
And Mac and Jack's a nice, it's a nice beer.
Oh, and then the other
I don't
time,
know
Mac
I
and
don't
Jack's
know what
pants.
that is.
And the other time that Jack's name is like mentioned is when Sandra Bullock is like literally next to the payload drop off area for like the money. And then she's just like, for some reason, they're just like, yeah, it's okay that she's right here. She's like it's like totally like convenient that she was allowed to go there so that the terrorist could grab her and take her to the subway. And she's like, no,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't know
understand. Jack Traven told me I could be here. Like, this guy knows who Jack Traven is just because he's wearing a police uniform.
Perfect. Okay, I liked how Dennis Hopper was hamming it up for this.
I
time.
really did not enjoy Dennis Hopper.
I fucking loved his performance. I thought it was totally like way over the top. He was totally hamming it up. His lines where he's just kind of like laughing to himself and he's like, "Hey, Jack, it's me again. What are you gonna do now? I've armed the bus."
I was kind of
And
mad
then-
that he, like,
Yeah.
from Atlanta. Like, he came here from Atlanta. Like, Atlanta was the people that did him wrong. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to go ruin the LA infrastructure.
And he's like, you guys, you ruined my life. Who the fuck?
we
are
don't
you?
know.
We didn't.
We don't
So
know his backstory.
Completely.
Well, we know he's from
like-
Atlanta. He said he was fired from Atlanta after he, like, stopped a bomb and then had 9 fingers. And they said, oh, it's the guy with 9 fingers. And Jeff Daniels says, there's our scumbag. And I was like, that's kind of, I mean, obviously he's a terrorist at this moment, but it's kind of
Yeah,
rude that he
he-
mentioned that right after the 9 fingers thing.
God, it's disgusting. The hand
That
thing,
piece of
not the
shit.
killing the people.
I just hate those
It
people
just
with
made
not
it,
enough fingers.
It made it sound like it was the finger thing that's what made him the scumbag, not the multiple murder attempts.
Maybe an LAPD person cut him off, and maybe that ruined his. Maybe that kind of snowballed his life. Like, you don't know what LAPD did. Maybe he has a thing, but they didn't explain the backstory. They just wanted a guy who was crazy. And congratulations, they got one.
Oh, when they get to the airport and they say it's like a restricted airspace, I thought it was like, Keanu is kind of a genius here. Like,
That was a good call
because
yeah.
of the whole trying to, and that's again the setup and the payoff is just like, oh, how do we get rid of these helicopters from the news media? It's like, oh well, we'll just go into restricted airspace.
That was a smart scene. Like, I found myself, trying to think of solutions, and like Keanu would
totally.
like, think of them at the same time or sometimes before me. Like, one of them was like with the camera. I'm sure you guys probably thought the same thing, where it's like, oh, just take a picture of the bus and put a picture in front of the camera. And Keanu was like, what if we make a video or something, like, and put it and loop it? And I was like, fuck, Keanu, you're on it, dude. Like, the pace of this, I don't think it lags too much, where you're thinking of shit and you're waiting for them to figure it out. That all that stuff on the bus, I also really liked. Like, I mean, first of all, I love Sandra Bullock. I think she's awesome in this movie. I liked the chemistry between her and Keanu Reeves, of her just kind of like panically driving the bus and doing all the turns and like dodging traffic and shit. I felt that whole sequence was really fun, all the way up to the ridiculous bus jump.
Like, literally, Sandra Bullock's only character background that we know is that she got her driver's license revoked for speeding. That's literally the only thing we know about her character.
We don't know where
nothing
she's
else.
going.
And they still
That's
end up
all we need.
They still end up making out by the end of the movie. I thought that was just like really weird.
They did have a couple scenes, like deleted scenes, where she kind of explains like what her deal is. I think she said she was like a graphic designer and like
Not very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but I liked her role and reactions in the movie. Like, I felt like they were very natural. Even though, like, maybe they even straight up say it. They're like, oh yeah, people who are in relationships during crisis don't work out. Like, they didn't actually have a reason to be together. I thought it was fun. Fuck,
Thought it was a bit
You don't
weird.
need a reason to be together, yeah.
Kind of like
At one point,
entrapment. Like, oh, you saved my life.
At one point, I wrote,
Yeah.
this movie is about nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
and
the
it's not.
Seinfeld of
Except
action
speed.
movies.
It's not a bad thing. It's just the movie is literally about nothing. Like, this movie is more about nothing than Ghostbusters.
So it's about a bus that had a bomb on it.
Yeah.
But
That's
I had to
something.
like ask myself, like,
Yeah.
has
What'd you
this,
learn, or
has
like
this,
what was?
really happened? Like there's like like it just, and this goes to what Ryan is saying about like Dennis Hopper's performance, like being so hammy is just like, it was just weird. Like I was just like, this doesn't feel like real. It's definitely like one level of detached 90s action.
Think about when this was made too. Like, you can't make a terrorist movie where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna blow up a bunch of stuff and maybe even planes, and a bunch of people are gonna die if you give me $3 million. You can't make that in the last 21 years.
Unless it's in space.
You know?
Unless it's in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think there's payphones in space.
Good point.
Jace, you got me. But like,
you fuck check me.
but like, plane hijackings used to happen like all the time, and so every now and then I'll watch a movie from like the 80s or something, and they're like, oh, Oh, these guys are hijacking the plane. Haha, they're going crazy. Ha. Because they
Yeah.
just used to land them in other countries and then demand money.
Oh, that reminds me of the line from this movie where she says, "What did we blow up this guy's country or something?"
Oof.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. She
That was
did
weird.
imply. And
Because
then,
we're doing the whole Kosovo campaign at this point, I think.
And then someone goes, "No,
Yeah.
it's just some guy."
yeah,
Just a jag.
as in, yeah, as just a guy. The original to go to the premise. The original script was that if the bus goes over 15 miles an hour, it'll explode.
Goes
Probably
over.
Not as
That's actually pretty
Yeah.
true. That's for all city
15
buses.
miles an hour. Yes, am I right? Come on.
Welcome to LA, guys. It's gonna take you a little bit longer than normal to get where you needed to go.
Actually, driving in LA, I feel like everyone is driving like Keanu Reeves in that Ford Bronco, and every bus driver is driving like Sandra Bullock behind that.
Part of me,
I've just seen like the wildest shit on the road.
part of me wonders if like Keanu hadn't have sketched out the bus driver like tailing him, if he would have even made it
Yeah.
over 50 on the freeway.
Yeah.
Like
Probably.
Keanu is like,
He's a scary man.
slow down, and he's like, that guy's on crack. I'm gonna speed
Yeah.
up.
He broke the glass on the window. He's like, "Stop the bus!" And he punches it and cracks the window.
First
and I'm like,
try.
I'm definitely
He
not letting
punches
this
it
guy on.
first try. Like he breaks it first try. I don't think I could do that. I don't know if Jace could
Yeah.
do it. Jace, could you beat up a bus?
Can you beat up bus? Can you fuck it up?
I could try.
If the bus,
A bus
had,
w-
a,
I
if the
could go-
bus
I
had a
could-
face like Thomas the Tank Engine,
Yeah.
could you beat
Oh,
it?
I would beat the shit out of that bus.
Dude, that bus was a tank though. It hit like 60 cars and it like
So-
demolished a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Here's another question. If we replaced Keanu Reeves, his character in this,
Whoa.
with no,
Okay, buddy.
in
Yeah.
in universe,
Okay.
with
you're
the
right.
four of us,
Yeah.
do you think we could solve this situation?
Absolutely not. I'd have a.
Do you think
I-
Keanu Reeves is better than the four of us? Like with movie logic and everything, where like plot armor.
I'd be that lady who jumped off the bus and exploded. she
Well,
banned.
think about it this way: like after she gets fucking exploded, there's no bombs there anymore. Like they've already gone off.
Well, here's a
Well,
question.
it had the, yeah.
Right. Denali said he was often trying to think of the solution before Keanu could get to it. So
Mm-hmm.
the real question is, did you either get all of those right, or did each
Yeah.
of us get enough of them
Collectively.
right that we could fit them into the holes? Because I
Yeah.
definitely got a couple, but I don't think
I got
all
one
of
or
them.
two. Yeah.
Okay, Joe, what's one of your solutions?
I did think of the camera looping thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And what were the
But
other
that doesn't solve the issue.
Yeah.
Because
So
I have a solution.
So I came up with the button joke in the elevator before they said it.
Okay, but that doesn't help us with the bus, Ryan. So telling us a funny joke on the bus when we're all gonna fucking
Oh,
die.
the shoot the
it's a bit
hostage.
of a-
I thought of the shoot the
Shoot the
hostage.
ho-
I mean,
okay,
obviously that's
congrats-
pre-bus.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there's another pre-bus solution. If I may,
It's
I have a good bus solution.
pre-pubescent.
Oh, zing! Well, folks, this has been our
This is a good
speed episode. Catch us next week for Point Break.
Oh fuck, we exploded. I think we exploded by now, guys. I think we.
Yeah, we
exploded.
definitely
I think the
exploded.
quiz really set us back. I think we exploded a while ago. Okay, like my solution is go into a neighborhood with a speed bump, and then use the speed bump to scrape the bomb off the bottom.
Is that how speed
Use
bumps
the
work?
Why would
use
it
the
just
speed
blow
because
up?
it'll high center, and then the speed
And then
bump will
fucking
scrape it.
explode.
You don't know if it'll explode if you just scrape it off. Like
Oh, I thought, why not use the gigantic maintenance hatch earlier in the movie?
yeah, to kind of get down
There's
there. I mean, he
multiple
sorta
maintenance.
did.
There's multiple maintenance hatches, and they only open it to like get him back in the bus when he's hanging under it.
Well, he did the cool wire stunt instead.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess it would be hard for him to like kind of rock climb underneath with the maintenance because we don't know the positioning relative to the maintenance hatches, I guess.
Right.
But I mean, that's something he can maybe reach his arm down and be like, I feel it, I feel the bomb, guys. Which pull thing I should pull?
Oh.
McGruber.
Oh,
Maybe convince everybody that the bomb couldn't kill all of them. Joe, what was yours?
I was just thinking about the hatch and the fuck me oh darn line again
Yeah.
because of the maintenance hatch, and I was just thinking like, how does that scene translate in the TV edit? Like, is it just oh
Yeah.
darn? And
Oh darn.
again?
Oh darn.
Or is it just like oh darn and then like, ah man? And then be like, what
Well,
the fuck?
instead of fuck me, it's make love to me,
Hmm. Yeah.
and I think that's
Don't have sex with
I actually-
daddy.
Don't have sex with daddy.
And it's still oh darn at that point. Don't have sex with daddy.
Don't
Oh darn.
oh darn with daddy.
Wait, is that
you
the
guys-
last thing he says to Jeff Daniels? Because like technically he's talking to Jeff Daniels. So like the last thing he says
Last
to Jeff
thing-
Daniels before he dies is "fuck me."
Man, if that's not like a message, on how to live your life, I don't know what is.
Jeff Daniels' character's exit. I mean, you guys saw it coming, right? Like you thought the house was gonna explode when he went in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you maybe give it a sweep down? Isn't there like a bomb detector thing they do
That's what
before
they're
they go into a
squad.
bomb
yeah,
house?
that's what they're doing though.
Isn't he the bomb squad?
Yeah.
He is the bomb squad. He did explode. He super exploded. Poor Jeff Daniels. I also liked his interactions with Keanu's character too. Like I thought that was also fun,
Yeah.
just seeing them do that together.
I'm a big Jeff Daniels fan. I don't know if you guys know this.
Jeff Daniels, great.
I watched Looper today. He's in Looper. And then one of my favorite movies is called Escanaba into Moonlight. He directed that. It's based on a play that he wrote, I think. And then I saw him in To Kill a Mockingbird in New York. And
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he's Atticus. And kills it.
Wait, you play Atticus in that one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh fuck,
That sounds
would
really
have
good.
been good. That would have.
I love
been
Jeff
great.
Daniels.
Yeah.
I just realized that he if you think about it, Dennis Hopper's character is kind of creating himself by blowing him up. Like just in the elevator scene, right? Because he's got the whole finger thing that causes him to not be able to work anymore.
Yeah.
And then he does that to Jeff Daniels' character. You'd think he'd have a little sympathy instead of blowing him up even more. Like
Well,
he'd be like,
Keanu caused that. He shot his own partner, and he's like, "You fuck."
he's still got hurt on the job, right? Like they both have leaves of absence due to their,
I think Payne was like, "Oh shit, he shot him." What the fuck?
Just,
I'm gonna explode myself out of here.
And yeah, Dennis Hopper just dropped Jeff Daniels and just stared at him like,
Are you kidding me?
What the fuck?
It was such an unceremonious scene because I thought it would be like shoot the hostage, chaos, and then
Yeah,
like,
and
the
then
thing,
blah,
but it
blah,
was
blah,
just-
maybe get him in the shoulder and yeah, but like,
Oh
yeah, it was like-
God, my leg.
they stared at each other for like 5 seconds.
And he's like, "Did you just shoot your friend in the leg?" It was like it was really close to a ball shot too. Like it was
Yeah.
just way too close for comfort. It's a bad shot.
They
There's
even made
major
it-
arteries right there.
Did they make that joke too?
Yeah.
Did you
That
see
was pretty funny.
Did you see the safety wall that the train goes through at the
Oh, I
very
thought you were
end?
gonna say, did you see the balls?
It's,
Did you guys get the balls at it?
Wait,
yeah.
no, safety wall?
So like the train explodes through a wall, and the wall
Yeah.
says "safety first!" exclamation mark on it, and it has all these like safety tips on it.
And it's
Oh,
right
yeah,
next
then 200
to
days
Denali's neighborhood, right?
Hey, whoa, hey, let's not dox each other, man. Let's yes, but yeah, it's right there. It's like I love how it comes out onto the Chinese
Yeah.
theater, and like I bet you that was a trip for people who were watching the premiere at the Chinese theater, and they're like, the bus comes out like right where they're watching the movie. I thought that was pretty fun. Bit of a choice too to just throw him out in the middle of the Hollywood Strip like that too. That was another Keanu like, oh fuck, I hope we make it and hope this thing doesn't kill like 800 people, just like what happened with the bus earlier.
Can
We
we
could roll the dice.
can we talk about the movie? Like, can we talk about
Yeah.
them just like kissing and then the movie just ends?
Hot.
Oh, and then
First
it just
of all-
sort
It was
of
hot.
ends.
It just ends. It's just like she's like, "Do you want to have sex?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, if the movie went
and
much longer than that, we'd have a problem.
Did you want to
know?
get to
Everyone
the
just
baby
air guitar?
or?
And then it just immediately transitions into like a romantic, like other Bolin girls, and there's like a whole thing where she's pregnant and
Yeah.
she's in the bed for 9 months, and then Keanu's out like meeting other women, and there's more buses in
Yeah.
trouble. Speed 2 and 3 happen.
And he's like, I can't always just come here and not be stressed. And she's like, out there and not in here. Okay? We knew what was going to happen. You're going to defuse bombs every day on buses.
He's like pushing the baby stroller, and then he gets this phone call at a payphone, and he's like, "I've rigged your baby stroller. If you don't push it slower than 15 miles an hour,
I'm gonna throw
the
cans
whole
at
stroller's
it."
gonna." He's like, "It's fine. It's
Slower?
just cans.
I
I'm just pushing cans.
just can't. Just push.
Blow it up. I don't care."
I'm going to roll this thing down a hill. Also, 15. I don't think I could run 15 right now. 15 miles an hour.
Well, that's the insanity of it, right? It wouldn't be like a speed.
That's
movie.
the. I mean, that's basically the guy's like, I'm going to blow you up.
At what point does this franchise cross over with Fast and the Furious?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty freaking early.
If
Imagine if the bus
Yeah.
was like imagine if they rolled up to next to the bus
okay,
and he's like
they're revving their engines.
yeah, well, and he wrote on the highway, and he's like, "Open the door!" and then instantly, like Paul Walker and Vin Diesel like show up, and they do the whole because that's the whole in the first Fast and the Furious. That's what they do. There's a semi truck with the DVD players, and it's like out of this movie. That would be so funny. They're like hanging off of it, like throwing shit, like DVD players in and out of the bus.
They have like
And the
nitrous
driver's like, I
cans.
can't stop.
They have nitrous cans that are magnetic, so they can strap it onto the side of the bus to make sure that
Oh,
the
they go
bus goes
faster.
way faster. They're like,
Hell yeah.
yo, we just don't have to drop below 50. We don't need to go 150. Jesus Christ.
Put a bulldozer shovel in front of the bus too. That way it doesn't have to turn anymore. I mean, I was thinking like in the Fast and Furious where they rig all the cars so that they can't drop below 100 miles an hour in their street racing.
Oh,
Does that happen?
Be a good movie.
Weird.
Be like,
And
like
then
20 cars.
And then
Feel like a death race
part
thing.
of the highway isn't constructed, so
Yeah.
they have to take a detour, and they go onto the like X Games, like the
Okay.
Do Tour, and they're hitting all the ramps and shit.
Okay, that's
And-
pretty cool.
and
There
they
was
win
there was an
bronze.
X Games
That's
where
a
they
good
had
idea.
actual Hot Wheels tracks at the X Games.
Fu-
So like,
Wait, really?
oh yeah, like multiple
with
So
the
we're
loops?
close. So I'm like
multiple times.
stranger than fiction. Yeah.
So yeah, if you had Vin Diesel show up on a Hot Wheels track, I'd finally
Yeah.
be in. Because I'm not a big Fast and the Furious guy, but if you put Hot Wheels in it, I would be all over it.
Is there a Hot Wheels movie canon? Like,
There is.
There is a Hot Wheels show.
Huh.
It was called.
And Joe,
it was
I would
called
expect
World Race.
you to know it.
No, dude, I literally rewatched it like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I shit you not. I
Okay.
watched the entirety of Hot Wheels World Race, and then I tried to watch its sequel, but the animation is way worse, and it's called Acceleracers. But when I was a kid,
Drive
like
to Survive. Yeah.
there was 35, I think, Hot Wheels cars in this race, and I tried to collect all of them, but I was like not rich enough to get the actual decaled ones. So then I just gave up
Yeah.
and just started to try to get like the same model but not painted, and I eventually got all 35.
Yo. All right, Hot Wheels season next season, guys.
wow.
Huh.
Okay,
We'll have Joe on.
this must be like is this how other people feel when we talk about Digimon for like way too long sometimes?
Yeah,
or
when
like
one of us talks
Bionicle.
about Digimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we talked about Bionicle last week for so long.
I texted Joe about Bionicle the other day, and we were both talking about Bionicle.
The Matanui.
Guys,
We heard Bionicle season. Yeah.
I have
Jason.
something to bring up.
Okay, please.
And I'm just curious if it's one of you that done did it. We generally talk about how we're on time with things.
Yes.
Ben Affleck blew up. Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
might run for governor.
He's fine. Yeah. Right.
Everybody has a dog.
I think that took off a
Created
little before.
February 4th, 2022. The subreddit Speed 1994 was created 2 days ago.
What?
There is
What?
a subreddit dedicated to the movie Speed that has
What?
one member, and it was made 2 days ago. It's
Okay,
got like
it's
6
February
posts.
6th. Yeah.
I think
Wait,
you
let me look
owe it
this
to
up.
yourself to all join that particular
And
subreddit.
also probably post this episode there.
I'm gonna subscribe, and I'm gonna hit up the guy, and he's gonna be guest. We're gonna cut for edit right now, and I'm gonna have him as a guest.
We should post the link to the episode there.
I don't think we did.
Anything and everything related to the 1994 action film Speed, starring Sandra
That's so
Bullock
crazy.
and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys want to get into your
Run
reviews
to a meter, yeah.
for this movie? Let's do our meters. I think it's about time we say what we think about this movie. Gosh darn it.
Oh darn.
So, Joe, we're going to explain what we do on this show, just in case. It's been a while. All right. So, what we do is, right, this season, we have the Keanuometer, which is how Keanu the movie is. And then afterwards, we're going to do the movie meter, like what we think overall. We like to split things up by theme, just because sometimes Keanu does better than the movie and sometimes does worse. All right. It's a fact. It's a fact of the
Dracula.
odds. All right. Let's do it.
I don't quite know where to put this movie, right? Because Keanu was too cool. I mean, he kind of jumped around a little bit, right? Where in Bill and Ted, he's kind of a lovable loser. But then that's what I think of him when I think of Keanu Reeves. I think of this like kind of loser. But he's the coolest guy ever in this movie. And I don't know. This is going to be pretty high for me because number one, quantity. Boom, way up there. Quality, I think he did a really good job apart from one or two lines that were atrocious. But I might maybe dock him 1 point for being way too cool. But we'll see when Point Break gets there. I don't know. I'm going to go with a 9 on the Keanuometer.
Woo!
Because if every Keanu movie was this good with like him doing this kind of shit and like him being this good, I think he would number one be super typecast. But also it would be like I think number one action star. This movie was way better than I thought. I mean, I'll save that for my next part, but like I'm kind of blown away a little bit and I thought he did a terrific job.
Nice. A 9 swinging out of the gates with a big ol' 9.0. Joe, feel free to give us your Keanuometer.
I don't really want to mess up any of Jace's beautiful graphs. So like, feel free to just throw this number down the toilet once it's out there.
Oh, we definitely will. We'll just throw it straight down there. Won't even hit the sides.
So that said, like, I do think it's weird because I think that like this movie is definitely like kind of in the cultural zeitgeist. And for me, I've always known it as a Sandra Bullock driving the bus kind of movie because that's where I've always heard about it. So when I heard that this was the movie we were watching, I was kind of like, okay, well, that's interesting choice. And then it starts and it's Keanu, and like this is completely a Keanu movie. Like it's all him throughout the whole movie. He's the lead. So and then like you hear the whoa, so you get the whoa in there. So it's like checking off all the Keanu stuff. I've always thought Keanu is cool. So like I think he's like cool in all the things. The only thing about this that's a little different is that he's usually like a little bit more. He's usually kind of typecast as kind of stoic. At least in his more matured into his career, he's kind of more stoic. And I didn't really get too much of that in this. And no long hair either. But I think that was a good choice.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Because it's
wow.
It's the most Keanu thing I've ever seen.
Whoa.
We'll get into the way I rate things on the next cycle.
Yeah, I was about to say
because it's kind of important for
you coming up with some negatives.
But like as far as the movie goes, it's a different story. But we'll get into how I rate things. As far as like if you were to say like, well, how Keanu is something and like how does it distill exactly what type of genre you would associate with him, it'd be like super badass, but also a little cliche and also a little bit kind of like airheady, because this movie's not it's not heavy. It doesn't have any like heady concepts like The Matrix necessarily. And so I think that's more Keanu than The Matrix is in that way, because it's kind of just, it's there and it's fun and it exists.
Bus go fast, no boom.
Yeah. That is the full synopsis Denali should have given.
No boom, but a ton of other things did go boom.
And then the last thing I wanted to say about it being very Keanu was the very last line in the movie is literally Sandra Bullock says, well, we'll just have to base it off the sex then. And he says, whatever you say, ma'am. I don't know how it gets more Keanu than that. It was a 9.5, and then he said that, and I was like, okay, that's a 10.
That was the last piece. All right, shit, 2 big old swingers. Yeah. Are we gonna get a third swinger?
You already have one. I can't give it the 10, but I'm gonna hit it out with a 9 too. The hair struck me as a location where he may lose points, so I was prepared to give this an 8. And then I found out that it was his decision to cut his own hair to fulfill the role.
Wow. What a patriot.
When he learns,
that's why I bumped it from a 9 to a 10.
When he learns on the bus that his partner and best friend is dead, and we get a solid Keanu emotional yell, and he's flexing his sexy biceps.
Yeah.
Man, I think this is the sexiest we've seen Keanu. I'm gonna be.
Dude, he was hot. I'm gonna say like
easily one
legit.
Hot meter. We'll have to.
Did he ever win Hottest Man of the Year? And was it after this movie?
Oh God, he's been on so many of those lists.
I don't think so. I honestly do not think so.
Oh, like the actual People magazine sexiest man alive. I don't think so.
How can Blake Shelton win that when Keanu exists for every one of those years?
Blake Shelton is.
I'm not gonna shit on Blake Shelton. He got a lot of heat that year.
Well, it's a big.
I don't want. Blake Shelton. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Keanu should win some year though.
Keanu Reeves was retroactively named 1994's sexiest man alive because they never picked a person. They did not pick anyone that year.
What? Why? Was it a gap year, or was it before they started those?
I don't know.
Was it because I was born?
But they retroactively bestowed the Speed Star with the People's Honor in 2015.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay,
You guys,
I'm
that was
sorry.
great
Never
call.
mind.
Great
Never
call.
mind. It's a 10. It's a 10.
It's
Yeah.
Oh.
You reminded me during your thought process with the Jeff Daniels thing. I literally put in my notes, heartbreaking when Jeff Daniels died, because at that point that's when it got really personal, and it was just like, for me, like, oh man, that sent me over the edge. I was like, you can't kill Jeff Daniels. He was Atticus.
Atticus, man. Harry. There was a scene where he accidentally calls him Henry, and I think they left it in the movie, so that's pretty funny. He's like, damn it, Henry. And I think they're like, fuck, let's leave it. It was a good take. I don't think we can get another one. Yeah, fuck, guys. You're giving him such high scores. Shit,
No, you gotta do you. You gotta do you. This is what makes the graphs interesting.
I'm gonna do me. Yeah, I didn't think I would give him the lowest score on this. That's kind of a bummer, but also kind of a good thing. I'm actually stoked that you guys loved Keanu in this role, because me and Amber were shook, because we actually really, I also love this movie. Okay, like, I did not expect this to be good. I was also shaky on whether or not Keanu would be good in this movie. As we've seen throughout this season, sometimes he doesn't always hit 100%, even though he's trying his best on some of these roles. Sometimes he's miscast, sometimes he's not directed right, sometimes he doesn't have the right take with some of his lines. But in this one, I think he really knocked it out of the park. It was a unique role for him. He's not playing that chilled out dude bro. There was a little bit of Ted, just a hair of it, but I think just enough that he's not bringing that same energy every single time. Seeing him play like this hard ass cop where he's kind of like figuring shit out and quipping and punching people in the face and blowing things up. This shade of him is new. So for that reason, I don't think it's quite 100% Keanu. It's not quite what I would define in my head canon as his typecast. Also, he doesn't have his trademark Keanu hair. That's okay for the movie. That's totally fine. But for my Keanuometer, I'm gonna have to dock him a little bit for that. Okay, because when I think of Keanu Reeves, I think of great haircuts. Okay? My next criteria, he did say the whoa. He satisfied that really early in this movie. He also said cool, and he also said some other cool guy stuff, so that's gonna definitely get some meter points for me. All right? Great Keanu performance, fantastic. However, this is not the most Keanu movie. I'll give it an 8. It's a high score still, okay?
Yeah, that's great. 8's
You guys
above
might have bumped
average.
me out a little harder, but yeah, an 8. Great job, Keanu, and great job, movie, for featuring our boy.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan, what do you think about this movie?
I think a lot, and I also think almost nothing. It's the perfect movie. It's like
This is dad core.
if it was 1994
Yeah, it is.
and I had to say, okay, pick one movie to go to. Like, if you could go see one movie in theaters from the 90s, what would it be? I might say Speed. Okay, like, I want to see what the audience is doing. I want to see if they're laughing. I want to be there for but I'm taller. I want to be there for the whole thing. But man, I don't know if I'm in a honeymoon phase with this movie, but it really caught me by surprise. I really liked it. I can admit that you should enjoy movies for what they are, even though they might not be perfect. This is not Citizen Kane or Schindler's List or anything like that. It is a movie about a runaway bus. And I think that I'm not going to give it the benefit of the doubt that I gave all those dog movies. You know, I was handing out 8s in the dog movie season. But I'm going to go with an 8 because this movie was really enjoyable. I would recommend it to a lot of people. It had definite flaws, some of them Keanu-based. Let's be real. And, but it's a damn good action movie. I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible series. It's my favorite series of movies. I'm not joking. And this seems like a redheaded stepchild of the Mission Impossible series. It seems like an entry that was maybe like fell through the cracks, and they'd be like, "Oh, we should just do this with the bus and Keanu Reeves." And so I'm gonna go with an 8. You know what? I'm not thinking about this all that much, just as I hope that nobody did.
Buzz go boom.
Yes, bus go boom.
Maybe. All right, shit, man. Hell yeah, I love it. Joe, what do you got, man?
Well, I think my favorite part about Bus Go Boom is that it actually ends with Plane Go Boom. It's like a bus and plane
They upgraded.
combo.
They upgraded.
Yeah, like you were like ordering a Bus Go Boom at McDonald's, and they were like, "Would you like to make that a combo today?" And they're like, "Yeah, could I get a plane with a side of train coming through the side of a wall?"
You think
Or
the
like-
guy just like hated public transit?
Or like
the guy who made this?
you ordered a bus, and you upgraded to the plane combo, and you get home and you find out that there's a train in the bottom of the bag.
You're like, what is this train wreck of of an order? But yeah, I don't know. I think you guys are gonna hate me for this, but and never invite
let
me
it
back again because my rating system is totally skewed. In the last couple of years, I've decided to stop giving things a number rating.
Okay.
Because
Letters?
it's like weird, you know.
Yeah.
It basically like it diminishes the form of the art, and I know that's a soapboxy kind of moment. But it's like once I start getting into the numbers, it's just a personal thing. I start thinking about it too, like critically. And this is not a movie that involves much critical thinking. Otherwise, they wouldn't have spent $3.7 million to give this guy and blow up like a multi-million-dollar plane. So that said, like I kind of started rating things based on whether or not it set out to be exactly what it wanted to be, and whether or not it did that, like in a good way. So, like, a good example is, like, Aquaman. Like, I don't like Aquaman. I thought it was a bad movie. But it was very, very much so a 90s action film. And it very, very much so wanted to be a 90s action film. Which is why Aquaman's weird. This is a 90s action film that perfectly sums up exactly what Aquaman was kind of trying to replicate in terms of the action, the quippy lines, the kind of subpar acting, but still, good enough to hold up the movie. So I'm totally gonna skew this because like I said, like the setup payoff stuff is all there. Like this is a really strong movie in terms of script writing, except for any kind of emotional depth. But I don't think it wanted to have emotional depth. I think it wanted to see how much popcorn you could fit in your mouth in 1994 while you're watching things explode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yes.
I
thought you were prepping us for a low score.
No, see, because like for me, it's like everything's binary now. You know, it's either 0 or 10. There's no in between.
You're Rotten Tomatoesing us? You're giving us a binary system.
Oh, you're a Roger
No.
Ebert. Yeah,
No,
thumbs up, thumbs down.
No, it really what it is it's like I said, I think the acting could have been better, and I think
Yeah.
that there could have been more emotional stakes, but I don't think they were trying to make a movie with emotional stakes. So I can't really, in fair judgment, be like, well, that wasn't emotional enough. Because I was still invested the whole time. I still wanted to know if the bus was going to explode. So I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Or maybe
I think that's
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Specifically because of the sex line at the very end. That was really weird. It was just so
What? I love
Came
that
out of
line.
It was just like, oh, hey, you know how we've trauma bonded? I think we've trauma bonded enough in the last 2 hours on
do
this
it.
bus to fuck.
We should boink right now with all these people
Okay,
watching
guys.
on Hollywood.
Let's be clear.
the subtitles actually say, because the last line is not actually the sex ma'am line, like I said earlier. The very last thing that gets subtitled is a lady in the crowd going, "That's so romantic." Literally, that's the last subtitle
Wow.
before the credits roll. It's just, "That's so romantic."
Now, this is not the only Sandra Bullock movie, like Sandra Bullock action movie that has weird sex pretense going on. Have you guys seen Demolition
What?
Man?
No, I haven't seen it. I know about the 3 seashells.
Man, we gotta wait for Sandra Bullock season, and you guys' minds are gonna be blown.
Shit.
Almost literally, that's a joke for Demolition Man fans.
I'm saving it. Bookmarking this episode. Gonna listen back. No, Joe, that's totally a totally fair score. But you think you're fucking better than us? You think you're better because you don't give numbers to movies? You come on to our numbers for movie show and you're like, I think your system is hurting the movie industry. Well, guess what, Joe? I'll give your numbering system a 0 out of 10. What do you think of that?
I think that you just used my own tactics of 0 or 10 against me.
Yeah. Okay. I
Which
give it a
means that I've
0.5 out of 10
won.
because it makes a little sense.
Denali does give 0.5s. You might have picked up on
Denali
that.
has a 22-point system.
It's strange.
He's too smart for us. Jace, what's your score?
It's right up there. Simple action movie, but done, in my opinion, pretty well. I thought the bad guy was believable. Like, got fucked over. His whole career was as a bomb diffuser, so they give some credence to his ability to put together some of these crazy bombs. It made it more interesting for me. That he was just kind of like a somewhat normal guy, and then under the cracks, he was like, "Give me my money." But he was willing to blow up all those people. Loved Keanu, loved Sandra and their interactions. Apparently, they had major crushes on each other during the filming of this, and that's just God.
How could you not when he's wearing that flannel?
Power couple.
Like, it was probably the flannel.
And the biceps.
They would have been great together.
Like, if he was, like, wearing the flannel with no shirt underneath it, like, in between filming, and then, like, his bicep slipped out.
He just showed up to the set.
Yeah.
I think the flannel is, like, the setup, right? Like, he's wearing the flannel, she's like, that's a nice flannel. He takes it off, he's got the white t-shirt, and then she goes, and those biceps.
Bam.
Keanu's gonna give us a restraining order after this episode.
I think it was, for a movie about speed, and I think it was paced well. I thought the quips were kind of funny, especially again at the beginning when they're like, "Do you think it'll hold?" with the crane, and then Keanu, who's a police officer that has no knowledge of cranes at all, is like, "Yeah, it holds," and then everybody almost dies. I'm gonna give it an 8. It was a very enjoyable movie. It's up there. I don't know how often I could watch it. It's like a once a year thing. Knowing how the stakes come through and literally what's going to happen now kind of would make me be like,
That was my final note.
Yeah.
My final note was, would you watch this movie twice? That was my question mark.
That's a curious thing. Like, I guess because you already know the stakes, but isn't it like going on a roller coaster a second time, where you already know
Right.
how it's gonna end, but you're in for
Well,
the
you
ride.
know how it's gonna end the first time you go on it.
No, you don't. You have no idea what's gonna happen
You see
after
it
you get in that
leave.
seat.
You see it come into the station.
It's literally
You
a
don't
circle.
know if they dumped the bodies off and replaced them with actors to make sure they don't know that it's.
You're talking
roller
to a
coaster that kills people.
Six Flags season ticket holder.
You ever keep track of the faces that go on and come off?
Yeah, because they're standing in line in front of you for an hour.
Well, that's because they're all wearing masks. So think about that.
But
think
I
would
also
like
survived.
The roller coaster more if everyone was wearing the masks from Mission Impossible.
The disguise masks.
It's like the one application they have
what
in
they-
real life is just everyone on roller coasters wears the Mission Impossible masks so that
And then
Yeah.
changes them.
So they don't know that they're replacing people.
so
exactly.
you're telling me that big roller coaster is
Big roller coaster.
actually stealing people? They're hiring
might be on a-
actors?
Yeah,
Body
I'm-
snatchers.
I'm
we
a
might
little
be on to
confused.
Coastergate.
Yeah.
Jonesy.
No. Oh no. Coastergate, I think, is what happens at my aunt and uncle's house when I don't when I put a glass down on the
On the piano.
on the piano.
You've officially made it as a podcast when you've successfully started a conspiracy.
Started the gate.
Ooh.
Yeah, a coaster gate. They're stealing people and replacing them with coaster heads. People who love roller coasters to make more
It's
money.
honestly less crazy than what was on the front page of the Times this morning with the
Whoa.
butterfly sanctuary.
Oh God, it's so sad.
What if they're using the masks just so that the pictures always come out good at the end?
Oh,
Oh,
that's fun
and
to
to get
sell
you to
more
buy 'em.
pictures.
There's only photogenic
Yeah.
people on those photos.
Yes, they give you they give all the ugly people pretty masks. All right, I should give my score. So for this movie, wait, what'd you give it, Jace?
An 8.
An 8, an 8, and a 10, and an 8.
An 8 and 9 and an 8.
Yeah, I mean 8, 9, and an 8. I mean, this movie is a great indictment of our crumbling infrastructure and lack of affordable health care and retirement plans. So maybe it is about something, guys. But yeah, it is a simple movie. You know, for a movie about speed, it go fast. The pacing is just, like I said, blistering. From right out, I mean, not out of the gate because the intro is long as shit. But right after that long ass intro, where you're foaming at the mouth, you're ready for speed to start. And then the pace, it goes from 0 to 1,000 instantly and just holds it at 1,000. You're the bus that whole movie.
Yeah, Fury Road style.
Yeah, and at the end, it just crashes, explodes when Keanu's like, "Let's have sex," and then the movie ends. And you're just the bus the whole time. And it's a great trip. All right, I had a great time watching this movie. I was expecting kind of a shitter, just a little bit of a shitter that I enjoy, but I actually got a floater that I enjoyed, and it was great. This movie floated to the top, and
The cream of
this
the
might be-
crop.
It sounds like
The
you're
cream of the
calling
crop.
this movie a turd.
It's not a turd. It's a float. It floated to the top,
Turd
like
is
the
still
cream
a
that
floater.
came.
A floater turd is still.
Or dead fish.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do another take. It's the cream. It's the cream from the corn that goes to the top.
Do you guys
Is it better? Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
sift your cream corn?
Sift.
Separate
I've never
the corn?
had cream corn because I'm not like a 95-year-old man.
Oh, it's good, dude. You gotta try it.
Yeah. Is it pretty good? Like, is it East Coast thing?
I can't eat not creamed corn.
You can't eat fresh corn.
Yeah.
What?
I went 3 months when I only
I'm
ate
allergic to
pretty much-
uncreamed
Got it.
Huh.
Gotta cream your corns first.
How is that
I
possible?
ate cream of wheat for about 3 months, like most of my meals once.
Were you being serious, Ryan, or is that like a joke?
corn. I'm half being serious. I'm half being serious.
'Cause I
It's
recently
not I'm
found out-
allergic, but yeah.
I found out the
I
same
can't
thing
eat
about
it.
mangoes. Like I can't eat fresh mangoes, but I can eat
Really?
mango like juice,
Like dried.
like processed mangoes,
Huh.
dried mangoes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
irritable bowels, and so like some things trip me up. So like the kernels on corn, I can't digest them.
Yeah.
So
Oh shit.
I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
eat
Well, I don't
cream
think
corn.
anyone can. Like,
It'll set up a flare up.
oh yeah. I can't eat apples unless they're cooked either, because like I think I have like a fructose intolerance.
Okay, back on the content train.
This movie, like, yeah, this defied my expectations. I thought Keanu was great in this movie. I already said that, but I thought his interactions with his co-stars were also great. It sounded like he formed relationships with them. It sounded like he had a good rapport with Jeff Daniels, obviously with Sandra Bullock, which carried through their whole career. They've had kind of a famous friendship. There was a whole will they, won't they, did they ever date thing that people are still holding out hope for. And this is, after seeing Keanu and Sandra in the lake house, I was like, all right, that was pretty good. But the heat factor from the lake house compared to this one, oh man, we're talking about Pluto in the sun over here. Because in the lake house, there's a kiss. Okay, it was pretty hot. All right, not gonna lie. But in this one, it was way hotter. Okay, it was electric. It was explosive. Okay, don't want to belabor this, but it was good. I like their interaction between them. All right, and Sandra Bullock was great too. And I liked the villain, even though you guys didn't. But I thought he was fun to watch, and it was just a great movie. I'm gonna give it an 8. Okay, I like the 8s in this one. I think it's fair. It's not a perfect movie. There's a ton of flaws. If you don't like 90s action movies, you probably won't like it. But I think it's still entertaining. Like, fuck, throw it on at a party, a movie watch along. Like, this is a popcorn movie. I vacuumed the popcorn from my plate. I had a plate of popcorn, and it just, like, I don't even know what happened to it. I have no recollection of eating it. That's how good this movie
finished
was.
kettle corn, and I don't even like kettle corn. It was just all we had.
Oh, I love kettle corn. Fuck.
It's a good kettle corn movie. That's very
Yeah, it's a good kettle
1994
corn
of
movie.
you.
You guys ever get like the kettle corn at state fairs? It's like
Oh,
6
yeah.
feet long, like the bag.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
And
I
only
demolished.
eat like half it, and you get super sick.
Wait, can you
Yeah,
can you eat kettle corn?
Yeah, right. Can you eat kettle
It
corn?
goes right through me. It does the same thing, but I just love it too much.
I mean, it always goes through you.
No, but like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
should see
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing. It's like
Yeah.
this.
It is not a floater.
It does not. It does not go under 50 miles an hour, and it does explode.
Well, sweet guys. I think that is a solid GBGB's recommend, and we made it. Thank you, Joe, for joining us. You as a specialist operative, I think you've helped us dissect this movie. Thanks for watching it too. I'm glad we didn't pick like a shitty terrible one. Like we made Michael watch Airbud 5
Spike's
for
back.
his guest. So, I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry. Okay, we had Joe watch a good movie. I didn't know how good this was gonna be.
I want as many people to watch that hunk of turd as possible, so that like I can commiserate.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm
that's a
really
mean thing to
glad
say
I
about
missed
Michael.
The holidays episode.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah.
think I could have survived like one
Man.
of those.
Julie got up and walked out of the room during the
Yeah.
freaking pompadour snake.
Elvis Snake was my favorite.
Elvis
Yeah, I
Snake
know,
was the
same
best
thing. I
one,
still
sadly.
think about it sometimes.
Like, and the holidays episode to do was fun, but the movie was dog shit terrible. But with that, like we towards the end of our show, we usually deliberate, depending on how much we want to keep into the actual show, about what we're gonna watch next. Previously, we've kind of talked about a couple candidates that we can kind of decide on. And Joe, you can weigh in here if you'd like as well. We kind of talked about maybe doing John Wick, maybe as an episode 10,
Right.
maybe as like a closer.
So
Mhm.
I think the problem is that we have John
Okay.
Wick and Point Break,
Yes.
which are two must-dos.
So we have
But those are both action movies.
Yeah. So we have a flexible slot.
So we need one non-action movie.
Let's think about our flex candidate. One candidate I think might be a good Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh
there's-
shit!
Did you watch The Day the Earth Stood Still yet?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, yes, in my personal life.
Oh my god. That movie's so fucking bad. Have you seen it, Joe?
No, I've never seen it.
This is another action movie, but there's Constantine.
Damn.
Shia
I
LaBeouf.
fucking love Constantine. There's The Replacements.
That's a good movie. I was actually going to suggest The Replacements.
Put it on there. We can use the spinner wheel too.
Can I just say, as a
Because-
listener,
Yes.
I love hearing the click, 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 click.
It's very satisfying. Isn't it?
Do you actually? Because I worry that it's too loud.
Yeah, and then they go.
or people actually.
I love it. I love it.
Do you like it?
It
Okay.
makes me feel
Okay,
like involved in some way, like I'm watching Wheel.
Oh,
of
good,
Fortune.
good.
And
I'm
I
glad.
really love it
Maybe-
when it's a
maybe we can
torture
do that.
wheel of like shitty fucking movies, and it's really good.
Okay, I'm glad.
That's great.
What is
Man.
this? The Devil's Advocate,
Oh, isn't that with
year?
Al Pacino?
1997. Aspiring
But isn't
Florida defense lawyer. You could get all lawyery with it.
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan.
the lawyer
Dude,
movie.
no.
Kevin
This
Lomax
is-
accepts a high-powered position at a New York law firm headed by legal shark John Milton, played by Al Pacino.
And then,
I think
he's-
we should put Devil's Advocate on the clicker wheel because it's gonna be absolutely fucking terrible.
It's got a
'Cause it's
7.5
2.5.
on IMDb.
Yeah, but it's 2.5 hours long and it's a legal
No!
movie.
God.
I've never heard about it.
Jesus. Jesus Lord. 2.5 hour legal drama.
And I think it's mystical. It says something mystical. Like, I think he might be the
Fucking
actual
put it
devil
on.
or something.
Put it on. All right. All right, what do we got on the wheel? Oh, he's doing it.
Ooh, share screen.
Okay, folks, I'm sharing my screen for our viewers, but for our listeners, we're gonna randomly select what we're tortured with next week.
Oh God.
The choices are The Replacements. It's a football movie or something. There's Johnny Mnemonic. He makes a bunch of sounds, and his name's Johnny. And Devil's Advocate. He's the devil's lawyer. And Constantine. His name's Constantine. And so we're gonna randomly select with this wheel. Here we go. Oh boy! Oh
Delay
boy!
so
Oh boy! Oh boy!
slow.
Oh boy. Okay. So it's The Replacements, which is a soft com about football. Hey,
Okay,
it's
The
gonna be the Super
Replacements.
Bowl in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's the Super
This will
Bowl,
be
but not for
perfect.
not for the people though.
Pretty close.
It's gonna be Super Bowl for us, but not for them.
Yeah, it's fine.
But hopefully you guys will be talking about football a month from now.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet, The Replacements.
There is a subreddit for the replacements that just got created.
Was it made by you?
Nah, that would have been too coincidental.
Alrighty, join us next week with our review of The Replacements. Yeah, Speed was a good movie, guys. You guys see this title for the sequel for Speed?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Cruise
The
Control.
movie's so nice, they named it twice.
Isn't it still
Speed.
her driving?
Speed 1 and Speed 2.
Yeah, the premise is a cruise ship that's going to crash into oil
Do
tankers.
they have cruise control cruise ships? I don't think it's from
know.
cruises. I think it's
Yeah.
from the general word to cruise.
I think they're controlling the ship. That's why it's called cruise control.
They're in
Yes.
control of the cruise.
But I'm saying,
Yeah.
when we say cruise control, we're talking about like
Okay.
the function in cars.
And
I
yeah.
don't think that's named after how they control cruise ships. I think they're both named
Yeah.
after the same general word to cruise, is to like go along leisurely.
I think the Titanic was set to cruise control.
I think it did. Yeah, they
Oh, God, I
because the
hate
guy
you
can't
guys.
lay. He can't lay on the pedal the whole time, like on the cruise ship.
No.
Like it's you put a stick down or something.
It was supposed to be the
that movie-
biggest boat and also innovation in cruise control technology.
It's too soon? Nah, not too soon. I think it's too soon. A little too soon. And then the movie has 4%. And then they said they blew a quarter of the budget on the one stunt where the ship crashes into the island, which I think is hilarious.
Whoa, replacement spoilers?
I think the stunt was like $50 million, and they like destroyed the island. The ship exploded. Maybe for their Sandra Bullock season, we can watch Speed 2 because she reprises her role in that movie. But Keanu
Demolition
does it,
Man.
man. What the fuck?
Is it still the same character? Is it still Jack Trevin?
No, it's actually a new cop boyfriend she has in the movie, which is ridiculous.
So they
And-
did base it off the sex, and she broke up with him.
Sandra did say, like later in an interview, she was like, "I think we would have made it, but they wrote it a different way." But she's like, "I think we would have made it." And to me, my headcanons, they made it. I think it was more than the sex, even though the sex was definitely great between them.
Whatever you say,
Uh,
ma'am.
My headcanon was that that Jack didn't make it through his next escapade.
Ooh, that's
and
right.
and then she moves on, eventually, happily. As his dying words is, "Move on, meet another cop guy. Go
Speedily.
cruise.
It's like speed on with your-
Quickly, right now, quick! There's a bomb. You
Speed
gotta meet
date.
somebody.
She goes speed dating.
Speed dating, speed 3.
Speed dating.
Speed 3.
Speed dating. This dating place will explode if you don't
If you don't play
don't have
musical chairs
sex.
fast enough, the whole auditorium is rigged to
the whole
blow.
place will explode.
Follow us on Google at
Yeah.
Good Boys Gone Bland, and I think
Yeah.
we're up in the first couple results.
Yeah, and just
Um,
subscribe to everything on those links.
Yes. Follow us on Tumblr.
That's the
at-
one we don't have. Do you know any other social medias?
Yeah. Follow us on
Okay.
twitch.com where we stream.
Okay.
At twitch.com /
we don't stream.
we don't actually stream. And TikTok. We're on TikTok.
We are
As
we are actually on TikTok. Yeah.
Denali. Follow us. Oh, also follow us
Yeah.
at your local DMV. We're that guy in front of you who doesn't have the right form.
Yeah, follow us in there. If you see us at the DMV, just feel free to follow us as well. Yeah, Joe, do you want to plug some of your stuff on here?
Well, Jesus famously said, "Follow me,
Yeah.
and I will make you fishers of men."
Oh, you fish?
And I would like to say, "Follow me, and I will make you Twitter again."
Huh. That's pretty
Huh,
good.
okay.
That's pretty good. No, that's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah, that's
Pretty
pretty good.
good.
Yeah.
But also my socials. Yeah, I don't really do any of that. I got the.
It's fine, me either. I just follow our podcast, honestly.
Yeah, I follow you guys.
Did you want to?
And you're having a great time. And you're having a great time just gobbling up the content.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, if you don't want to plug, you don't have to.
but yeah, no, you can follow me to the pearly gates of heaven, and I will go fishing with Ryan up there.
Damn.
If he makes it there.
I'm vegan. I'm not vegan, but I don't really
Yeah.
fish anymore.
Okay, but would you kill them still?
Catch and release. Follow me, and I will
Okay.
teach you how to catch.
Yeah,
and
so that's the
release.
thing too. Yeah, I'm catching and release also. I'm trying to go vegetarian, man, but it's hard because my fucking wife keeps buying all this meat.
Yeah, I literally re-listened in preparation for this. Re-listened to the
Yeah.
wild boar scene from your other podcast.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did I go through the whole spiel about trying to be vegetarian in that one?
I don't know. Maybe I just know
It was
that
one of
it's
my
part
New Year's
an entire
resolutions,
boar.
and I made it like a week.
Eating less meat. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah. So as far as my socials
for
go,
coming.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. You can follow me
Yeah.
on. Don't follow me. Just don't.
Wait, you think you're fucking better than us? You don't use socials? You
Yeah.
think you're better than the Good Boys Gone Bland
I
podcast?
don't do ratings. and I
Probably.
don't use social media.
Okay. All right, that's great. thanks for coming on, Joe. You're a great guest.
That's
and
right.
it's all-
We accept
yeah.
literally anyone
Literally
onto this
anybody.
podcast.
If you want to be a guest, listen to a bunch of our episodes and tell us.
We're
I
taking
guess.
calls right now. Actually,
We're taking calls right now. Okay, let's see if anyone
Ring,
calls
ring,
in.
ring, ring. Oh, hello.
I want to be a host on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, we're accepting guests.
I want to be a guest host.
Okay. Well, what do you have to offer? Like, what's going on? What's your favorite movie? How about that?
Let's see.
What's your favorite
I've
movie?
got milk. I've got milk in my compartment.
Milk. The movie about Harvey Milk.
Never heard of it.
Oh wow. Okay. Probably shouldn't just be throwing that movie around if you don't know what it's about.
I'm
That's kind of a heavy
drinking
one.
milk. Any
Okay.
good?
All right. That's we'll take it. You know what? Fuck it. We're hard up. See you in 2 seasons.
See.
Sean Penn. The Sean Penn season.